right before our very eyes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
I am the incredible man. I only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do. When you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat. Showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me. Cause that's who I am.
All right, good evening and welcome everybody to the Red Zone Radio Show. I'm Kevin Hastings along with Chip Carter and Dennis Davis tonight. We're going to get you guys some scores here in just a few moments. Having a few little technical difficulties around the area in week one, so that's why we're a little late getting on and running. So
Everybody's working out their glitches in week one, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they don't have no internet over at Kings Mountain High School. It's not even us; it's the whole thing. So
Wow.
they're trying to figure that out over there. And then we got one group up in North Stokes. And then up at North Lincoln, some issues there as well. So, but we do have Creston Burns, we do have Shelby going, and we're going to jump back and forth between those games here in just a few minutes, folks. We're trying to get a little organized for you, maybe give you a couple early scores. Sounds like the Ironmen are in there rolling right now. Zach, did you hear a score a minute ago? I thought I heard like 20-0 already. So we're going to get wow.
I'll look it up right now.
Text Brian real quick. How about that? Well, he might not answer. I'll text you one.
I got you.
But we're going to have some highlights and stuff more in just a little bit, folks. We've got highlights from a lot of games tonight. Excited about that. And we've got 1A through 6A high school football here in North Carolina to go over today. So we're going to have a lot of scores and a lot of fun tonight. Excited about it. Let's see. I do got Bonnie Cone's getting beat 21-0. Is that on our list? Yeah, Hickory Grove's up 21-0. That is on our list there. You guys cannot hear me?
No,
All right,
there we go.
that's
Thank you. That helps.
It was long, but all right, Chip, I'm gonna let you go over the games on the show so everybody can see what we're going to be talking about and go over some of the broadcast stuff real quick. I'm gonna run down.
Yeah, certainly. No worries. Thank you, Kevin. Looking at the score or looking at the games we've got on our docket and the ones that were broadcasted. We hope to have some of these, even if they're not broadcasted, we hope to have some highlights from them if we've got folks sending Twitter updates to us. But running down the list, we've got Crest traveling to Burns this evening. Staying in Cleveland County, we've got Shelby traveling to Kings Mountain. So our two non-conference Cleveland County showdowns there, leading things off. Hunter Hush travels up the mountain to TC Robertson. They take on the Rams. Forest View heads over to Stuart Kramer. North Gaston travels to East Gaston in Mount Holly this evening. In the most intriguing matchup of the night, I think, for most of us, the Hickory Red Tornadoes, who have been dominant the past couple of years, traveling to South Point. So let's just see how good that home field advantage is for South Point this evening against Hickory. West Caldwell travels to South Caldwell. Patton opens up their season at Freedom. Newton Conover travels to Alexander Central. Zach and I were just talking about them off the air a minute ago. They look pretty sharp in scrimmages preseason. West Iredell travels to East Burke. We've got St. Stephen's at Bandy's. Drawn heads over to Bunker Hill. In one of our broadcast games, I'll cover which games are being broadcast here in just a second. But Cherryville travels all the way north of Winston-Salem, pretty much to Virginia. We're just going to say almost to Virginia. They're traveling up to North Stokes. Brian Faree and Jawan broadcasting that one. Bessemer City's at Pine Lake Prep this evening. West Meck travels to Ashbrook, who obviously had an impressive season last year. They got a lot of returning players, so we'll see if Ashbrook can hold serve and start out 1-0 this year. South Carolina Spartans, in a battle of, I think, two prep schools, South Carolina charter schools, I should say, heads to Thomas Jefferson for the Thomas Jefferson's opening game of the season. Fred T. Ford heads to the Mountain Island Raptors. And in their inaugural football game, the Lincoln Charter Eagles, travel to Highland Tech to take on the Rams. Ashe County heads over to Watauga to open their season. We got Hendersonville in an inter-county showdown. They head over to East Henderson. The Rosman Tigers head over to Swannanoa to take on the Owen Warhorses. The Pisgah Bears travel. That's quite a trip for them. They head over to Mountain Heritage to take on the Cougars. Statesville is traveling to East Surrey, and then as we head towards down the Charlotte area, Weddington hosts Mooresville. Looking back up at the top, those of you looking online, the last row on the right, we've got Chase traveling to Polk County. Not too far of a drive for them this evening. RS Central is at McDowell. East Rutherford heads up the mountain to take on the Asheville Cougars. That's an intriguing matchup. Let's see how good Philip Russ's team looks. They got some good returners on offense, so excited to see how they're going to look. South Iredell against East Lincoln at East Lincoln. Lincolnton hosts Maiden in a rivalry, although it's not a conference rivalry as we talked about in the pregame show, but that's still a good rivalry game. And then in a Lincoln County showdown, we're hoping to have this one broadcast. West Lincoln travels to North Lincoln. We have East Wilkes at High Brighton. North Iredell hosting Wilkes Central. A couple of charter schools here. I think Hickory Grove hosting Bonnie Cone Academy. The ironic football school, as Bonnie Cone did not like football at UNC Charlotte. Tom Sinifani always likes to tell us that. Lake Norman Charter travels to South Lake Christian. The Community School of Davidson travels to North Stanley. And the Harding Rams host Corvian Community. So those are all the matchups we're going to keep track of. We'll get you score updates as we go. The games that are being broadcast, again, we hope to have West Lincoln and North Lincoln broadcast. If it's not broadcasting right now, we hope to have it soon. I know we've had some internet issues up there. David Potter working feverishly to get that up and running, so we'll see if that is being broadcast. We've got East Rutherford traveling up to Asheville. That's going to be on WAGY on Waggy. So we look forward to having that broadcast. We've got several games, continue with the broadcast. We've got the Cherryville Ironman at North Stokes.
41-0.
41-0 Cherryville right now.
I didn't say that.
41-0. North Stokes.
I didn't say that either. Ironman with the early lead, 41-0.
Wow.
43 minutes in.
40, yeah.
Jawan-
First half.
Jawan's their good luck charm.
Cherryville is favored by 33, Kevin.
Well, there you go.
They must have thought you were playing for Cherryville.
Cherryville's upset. They lowballed. They got lowballed on that prediction.
Xenophony wants to get a prop bet.
There's not a lot of teams that have less players on the roster than Cherryville, and I was told that this team does.
Yeah.
So I was told Cherryville might win tonight. I wasn't expecting 41-0 in the first half, obviously. See if I got any other scores for you guys while I got it up before I have to run back down the hall for one more time. But I think I've got up here everything for you, Chip, so you can just scroll through these.
Okay.
Bandy's up 3-0 over St. Stephen's in the 6A. Over in 5A action, this is just going to be kind of fun, Dennis. 7-7 Creston Burns right now is the last thing I got. 8-0 West over North. Swain County 7-0 over Smoky Mountain. East Lincoln 15-7 over South Iredell. Folks, we'll get the scores posted on the show there in just a few minutes. Like I said, run around with their chickens with their heads cut off right now for just a few moments. In the 4A scores, I got Ford over Mountain Charter 7-0. How about that? Fred T. Ford might start off 1-0.
Yep.
Lincoln Charter first game ever. 21-0 right now over Highland Tech.
Good call, Ken Link, on that one. Ken talked about that in the pregame.
We've got a 7-5 ball game, Lakewood over Clinton.
That's your baseball score of the night so far.
Over at the American Legion World Series. Over at the American Legion World Series,
Are
Lakewood
we at
leads
Veterans
Clinton
Field and Keeter
7-5.
Stadium again?
Bunker Hill 7-0 over Drone. Brevard 7-0 over Reynolds. And then Alexander Central 7 over Newton Conover. They're in the 4A. Let's look over maybe some 3A scores. Of course, they list the East first. Bunker Hill, I just said that 7-0. I don't have nothing Kings Mountain Shelby. I'll check in with that, folks. We'll get with those we're going to be organized here in a minute, I promise. Any more scores? Croatan. Did y'all do that game?
Which one?
Croatan.
We didn't cover that one. Kevin, which one?
Hurricanes got them canceled tonight, I think.
All right, so that's the updates I got. I'll be back in a minute. We'll do the scoreboard. Go ahead, Chip.
All right, good deal. Yeah, thanks, Kevin. And we'll try to keep that scoreboard updated as we get scores. Again, the only score that I've got so far, I beg your pardon. I said only score. We got several scores that Kevin just ran down. The first one he touched on, 41-0, Cherryville Ironman. I can recall last year that Brian Free and I, was our first game we'd ever done together. It was my first game broadcasting for the team for a season. I knew I was going to be with Cherryville all last season. And they played Ashe County. Ashe County traveled to Rudolphsville Stadium. And Cherryville got up, I think, either 20-0 or 21-0 at halftime. Ashe County promptly came back, and the Cherryville won that game 20-18. But it got very exciting at the very end. I don't know if North Stokes got the firepower to score 41 points right now. If Cherryville's already put 41 up on them, I'm sure they're going to have a running clock if they don't have one already.
Well, you're going to see some strange things in these first games, Chip.
Yeah.
You're going to see some teams like, Kevin says it's 7-7 Crest Burns. And based on, what I said in the earlier pregame show that I cameoed for you, it's going to be a Crest victory unless something extremely wrong happens over there. However, I'd like to give credit to Burns as coming out and fired up and ignoring all the talk and just taking care of business. They'll hang in there for a little while.
I think they're going to have, and again, you're talking about taking the lead or getting that first score. Burns is going to have to, or you would think they would need to slow the pace of the game down and keep Crest offense off the field as much as possible. Pound the ball, the 2 yards in a cloud of dust, so forth and so on. Just keep first down after first down after first down. The longer they can stay on the field and keep that Crest offense off, the longer they can extend the game, the better of a chance I think they have to compete and stay in it.
And at this point, we don't know how those scores came about.
Sure.
One team may have been in a position to score and didn't, and that could be either Burns or Crest. It could have been a turnover.
Could have been
we
pick
don't know.
six. Yeah, exactly. You don't know. So we got a lot to find out. We hope to get those highlights. We will have games again, as we mentioned, and big kudos. And Dennis, you touched on this too. We've talked about it. We actually talked about it on the show last week. But tip of the cap to Burns for letting us film the game. Just letting us videotape the game. And Kevin, I'm going to just basically echo a point that Kevin made on the Saturday morning show last week. But for those those of y'all in the community, we're not trying to segregate or discriminate against which teams we want to show. We would love to film everybody.
But it's not our choice.
We have to get permission to do so. It's not one of these, and I don't hear, but Kevin has gotten, I don't want to say complaints, but he's had people that say, I wish you'd come. You don't seem to ever want to film our games. If we're not filming your games, it's because we're not allowed to, more than likely.
Well, particularly if you're, and this is no disrespect to any of the teams, but if you're in Lincoln County, or if you're in, what's another one there that doesn't do that? Gaston County, you're out of luck.
Yeah.
You have to go to the game. It's almost mandatory. You got to buy a hot dog too when you get there,
right?
Because they're looking to generate revenue. What they fail to understand in the economics of the sports these days, there's a lot of people who don't come to that particular game that night.
Yeah,
but they support the team. They may live in Myrtle Beach, or they may live in Florida.
They might not be able to come to any game, Dennis.
Right.
That's exactly right.
But maybe they'll make a contribution. Maybe they buy some gear.
Yep.
They order the T-shirts or whatever. Or they, as it gets towards the playoffs, they'll make a road trip to come see their team play.
We didn't talk about this, or I didn't make this point. We ran out of time on the Saturday show last week when this came up in the subject. But looking at the dynamics of how sports and marketing and all that works in the world today, I can't give you a better example than NASCAR. And we talked about it on the show in the past, or the Saturday morning show in the past. You see NASCAR right now, they are making a push to go more towards streaming, to go more towards online options. You're seeing this, and there was this argument, well, they're forgetting about, they're abandoning their historical, traditional supporters. Maybe so, but their ratings are up. because internet advertising, internet marketing, internet exposure right now is outpacing the traditional means of advertising or marketing or exposure.
And let's face it, internet advertising, for those of you that may or may not know, is a lot cheaper than broadcast advertising.
Right. So we say all that to say the schools that, and again, this mentality of needing, of wanting, feeling like you're leaving money on the table by having these games filmed is just, that's a very old fashioned way of looking at things. And just the mentality or the thought that what's happening for these professional sports, it's not, that mentality is not trickled down to high school sports, but it could. And I would argue it should.
I'm going to make Kevin's argument here.
Yeah.
Charge $100 for the broadcast rights to the game. It's $100 more than you got from selling hot dogs.
Yeah. So, but again,
The state asked for $150 during the playoffs.
Well, you'll be generous and negotiate the $150 with them.
But but no, again, we just want to thank those schools. And again, to the fans that are listening, if you want to see your games filmed, if you want to see your school's games filmed, we don't really have any control. Definitely, we're more than happy to listen to it. We understand but we agree with you. We are frustrated as we are as frustrated as you are about it. Go to your decision makers. Go to your school administrators. Go to those folks who make that decision. Or if you're not sure who does, find out. Talk to the principal and talk to the athletic director. One of those two is going to know. If they're not the decision maker, they're going to know who the decision maker is, and encourage them and just advocate. Say, look, we've got people. And Dennis, your description is spot on. I live an hour and a half away. Now, obviously, I'm busy on Friday nights most of the time doing this, but I live an hour and a half away from my high school alma mater. I can't go to. I've not been to a game in years. If I was in Asheville, I would go to Irwin's games every chance that I got. I don't have that luxury. I'd love to be able to see it online and film it. And I won't say the majority, a larger percentage of your graduates aren't living locally anymore.
No.
So take advantage of that. Help them be able to see their high school in action. So that's I'll get off that soapbox and say that. But again, just want to say thanks to Burns for videotaping the game. The game's being broadcast. Crest, you got Paul Foster and Robbie Roop, as well as Tom Sinafani, Matt Royster doing the you pick whichever broadcast you want to listen to for Crest and Burns. We've got both groups there.
But don't complain about them being prejudiced.
Yeah.
If you pick Tom and you're a Crest fan, or if you pick Robbie and you're a Burns fan.
That's right. And then we've got Brent Pasco and Coach Jeff Jones doing the broadcast on WOHS for Shelby as they went to Kings Mountain. Also, we hope to have highlight, and then, let me wrap up with the broadcast games that we've got. Again, not sure if we've got West Lincoln and North Lincoln up. I know we were working on that with David Potter. Hopefully, we'll have them if we don't have them already. And then again, we've got Brian Faree and Jawan up. Cherryville, they traveled up to North Stokes with Cherryville, and Cherryville gets laying a beat down right now so far on North Stokes. We'll see if they can keep that up and finish that game off. We also hope to have some highlights from other games that aren't necessarily being broadcast. I know that there's two of them. I was trying to remember what the third one was. Oh, here we go. We've got the Maiden and Lincolnton game. We hope to have highlights from that that we'll be able to post and show during the Red Zone and also during the post-game show. In their inaugural football game, we hope to have highlights from Lincoln Charter against or at Highland Tech. And then I bring this up, the intriguing game of the night, the Hickory Red Tornadoes. Let's see how much firepower they've got this evening, and they're going to need all of it as they travel to arguably the best home field advantage in the region at South Point with the Red Raiders.
Have you heard a score on that game yet?
I've not. Let's see if I can try to track down one or see if I can find a score. See, and a lot of these games too. Remember, we had some games that started at 7, some that started at 7:30. So let's see if I'm going to try to see if I can get a.
Well, it's about 5 till 8.
Yeah,
so we
should be underway with all of them now. So let me. I'm going to update my. See if I can get a quick score update on those. Looking at South Point, I don't. Okay, as of right now, in first quarter, it is 7-6 Hickory. So no blowout yet.
Yeah.
South Point didn't start 14-0, even though they were at home, as Steve DeGree likes to famously say. We joke.
It's coming. It's coming.
Well, we talked about those of you listening to the pregame show. You heard me make this point already. Somebody made the joke last week. Anybody that knows Steve DeGree, and we've made this joke ad nauseum in the past few years. But any team that travels to South Point and plays a game at South Point starts the game down 14-0.
Having been to the Red Raiders Stadium as the visiting team, it's true.
Yeah, right. But the Kevin made a great. Somebody brought that point up to Kevin last week at one point, and Kevin said, "Yeah, but anybody that's played Hickory the past couple of years, it didn't matter where Hickory was playing. They were started down 14-0.
Yeah.
So Hickory lost a lot of firepower. Again, great analysis by Brian Branch and Ken Link in the pregame show. So Hickory lost a lot of their firepower. We're going to see defensively if they're still as stout as they were last year. But I don't think they're going to be able to just put 50 points up on the board every game like they did last year. So this will be an interesting matchup. And if South Point with that Redbone offense, if they can control the tempo, it's going. I think it gives them the shot to win that game.
Well, Blee is he's a commander. He's a senior, and he knows that offense intricately. And that's one thing South Point can do is they can run that offense. It doesn't matter what your defense does.
Yeah.
And it's so different from all the other offenses that you'll run into. And their execution is such that South Point, like we said, they're always 14 points ahead.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They're going to get you one way or the other.
Yeah. So
And I think the officials may be a little intimidated making certain calls at South Point because of the home crowd.
Yeah. We'll see how that happens. So, but we'll definitely keep an eye on some updates. A correction about the Cherryville North Stokes game, 48-0 now. Thank you, Kevin, for the update on that. Trying to run through the score, see if I can pull the scoreboard
Well,
up
Coach
here.
Bowman should just retire after this game.
Yeah, just go out. He'd pull a Bill Murray, go out undefeated and untied, 1-0. See how that goes. But interesting matchup there. Want to see, looking at some of again, running down the list of games here. We'll do this one more time. Again, we've got Crest at Burns this evening. Shelby travels to Kings Mountain. Hunter Huss travels up the mountain to TC Robertson. Forest View at Kramer. We got North Gaston traveling to East Gaston. Hickory at South Point. You just heard us talking about them. West Caldwell at South Caldwell.
Oh, look at that West Lincoln, North Lincoln game.
Yeah,
Terry Reinhardt's going to be a happy camper.
Yeah, well, let's take a swing over there. Oh yeah, 8-7 right now. West Lincoln over North Lincoln. West Caldwell traveling to South Caldwell. It's got Patton at Freedom. Alexander Central hosting Newton Conover. Got West Iredell at East Burke. Bandy's hosts St. Stephen's. Drawn travels to Bunker Hill. And then we've got one of our scores that we've got on the board. Cherryville up big on North Stokes, 48-0. Brian Free's not going to know what to do himself. We didn't see a score like that at all last year. So well done, Ironman.
I think they may not have scored 48 in the season last year.
They did. They were, but we definitely didn't see it in a game. So, and I mean that game started at 7. It's been going for an hour. I mean they had to do most of that, if not all that, in the first half. I mean it's just maybe that last score they were up 41-0. So that last score maybe in the third quarter. But Bessemer sees at Pine Lake Prep. West Meck travels to Ashbrook. I'm curious. I want to see how Ashbrook looks this year. They were, I don't want to say, and I mentioned this in the pregame, I don't want to say they were the surprise team last year, but they were just, in terms of their toughness, it was surprising to me. They played up to the level of any of the best teams in the region.
Chip, let me take a walk down memory lane for you here.
Yeah, please.
Over the years, the best talented team in that conference, has been Ashbrook. Mm-hmm. The worst coach team in that conference has been Ashbrook. They had kids, British Brooks, that's playing for the Houston, Texas now. Guess where he went to school?
Ashbrook.
Mm-hmm. They have had some studs on the defensive side, the offensive side over the years. They just never got it together, and it was basically attitude. The coach that's there now says, we're going to build a program. And you saw last year the improvement over his first year. And this year, you're seeing even more of that. They're going to be a very dangerous team because they have the talent. And now they've got the coaching. And they put those two elements together, and they'll be a very, very strong program as long as they continue the road they're on.
That's a good formula. I mean, you can have all the talent in the world if you don't have good guidance. It's hard to plow forward with that.
It was an attitude.
Yeah.
However, there was one team that they always played that talent came together. Mm-hmm. Guess which team it was?
There you go. So, but it's no, they were impressive to see the scores and the games that they played against the best talent in the region. Obviously gave Crest everything they could handle last year. I think even against Hickory, I think they played Hickory.
They beat South Point twice.
Yes. And that was the point Kevin made. Do you know? When's the last time you can think of a team in Gaston County that beat South Point twice in the same season?
Never happened.
I don't know if you're going to be able to find that.
Now Crest and South Point have gone over some games in the years where Crest has won, South Point's won, and it always come to same teams in the playoffs, and one or the other would win that second game.
Yeah.
But not like South Point did last year, lose 2 straight to their county rival, Ashbrook.
Yeah. So, and again, running down the rest of these scores as well, South Carolina Spartans, the rest of these games, South Carolina Spartans travel to Thomas Jefferson. Mountain Island Raptors host Ford. Highland Tech hosting Lincoln Charter in the Lincoln Charter's inaugural football game of their program of the school's history. Watauga hosts Ashe County. Hendersonville travels across the county to East Henderson. Rosman heads over to Swananoa to take on Owen. The Pisgah Bears head over to Mountain Heritage. Statesville is at East Surrey. Weddington hosts the Mooresville Blue Devils. Chase heads over to Polk County to take on the Wolverines. RS Central travels up to McDowell County to take on the Titans. East Rutherford heads up I-26 to take on the Asheville Cougars. South Iredell, we've got a score update here. East Lincoln up early, or I'm assuming early, up early on South Iredell 21-7. We've got rivalry, although it's not we've mentioned not a conference rivalry, but it's still a rivalry game. Maiden travels to Lincolnton. We've got a score update from North Lincoln. Terry Reinhardt, yes, indeed, you will be happy from what we've got. They lead 8-7. I think it was the end of the first quarter. North Lincoln's up 8-7. Okay, I thought that showed the visitor had 8 at home. Yeah, double check that. I think it might be West Lincoln.
Yeah, on
8.
our little chart here, it's got West Lincoln ahead 8-7.
Because it was confused because the scoreboard, the visitor scores on the left side. Yeah. So West Lincoln is leading North Lincoln 8-7. And then looking these rest of these games, we don't have scores yet, but we'll get them up as quick as we can. If I can finish talking, or easy for me to say. East Wilkes travels to High Brighton. Okay, yeah, we did confirm 8-7. West Lincoln up early on North Lincoln. Wilkes Central travels to North Iredell. We got Bonnie Coon Academy heading to Hickory Grove. The South Lake Christian Eagles host Lake Norman Charter Knights. North Stanley hosts the Community School of Davidson. And Corvian Community is at the Harding against the Rams. I'm going to refresh this page over here. I'm going to switch over to Kevin's spot and see if I can get some score updates for us. So, guys, keep talking or give us some any thoughts y'all might have.
Go right ahead. There's some rivalry games tonight, which is pretty tough in the first game of the year, because with all the scrimmages and stuff you're doing preseason, you go into that first game. That first game is a lot different. It's like playing in the summertime when you're just playing in, shirts and stuff. And then you put on the pads. That's a different level. And when you're playing these preseason scrimmages, that's a little more intense. But when you step out on the field, that first game, for all the marbles, every game counts against your record here. You either make it or break it, show them what you got. Some people will go away tonight disappointed at their performance. Others will say, wow, we may have a shot this year that we didn't have. And so that's going to be what you're looking at tonight in this initial game, is who shows up and who throws up. Okay, I guess I'm flying solo here right now. But anyway, we've got some interesting games. I don't have that Crest Burns score to update you on. It was 7-7 the last time we had. We'll get that to you as soon as we can. Oh, yeah. Don't want to show them what you got.
Right. You don't want to show them some of your plays you might have been working up. You're just trying to get your kids out there, getting the physical.
And like the pros, you don't want to get anybody hurt, with a season-ending injury. So you tend to be a little softer on certain things.
And definitely, if you got rivals in those jamborees and stuff with you, their coaches are watching, see what kind of players you got and stuff like that. So fill out game, like you said, Dennis. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
This is another reason why you tune in and listen to the post game show.
Right. And
Well-
everybody's kind of feeling this out. Fans, you know, we're all excited about our teams, see what they actually got this year. You know, you're talking about like a Burns, where they've had a 4-year starter with Mooney. You know,
Yeah.
they're going with another quarterback. They said he was a senior, so we'll see how they do with the quarterback stepping in on that. We got Shelby. I think they've got a player that's a quarterback that's got a chance to do some stuff.
Lynn Farmer.
Yep, with some records.
I started to say he's got thousands of yards, and with a good start tonight, and in that conference, not knocking the conference, but with that conference, he could add to that maybe 2,500 yards on top of what he's already got, and maybe become the all-time leading passer in Shelby.
Yep. And you look at it, you know, you see you got, you know, our normal teams that are in this area, especially the Cleveland County ones. They're all poised to see what they got this year with the conferences changing up. You know, that throws some wrenching into it too with this all going all the way up to 8A. So there's a piece of filling out not just of plays but of competition.
So what happens if South Point comes out and whoops up on Hickory tonight? What does that say for Hickory?
Yeah.
What does that say for South Point?
You know, are they measured? And I'm sure they are, because both South Point is your predominant name. Hickory is making a name for themselves, so it's a measuring stick for both of them. South Point a measuring stick against a very good team from last year, and then Hickory a measuring stick versus a South Point team that is every year good. You know, so it's be interesting. I'd like to see some scores on that particular game, for instance. Be interested to see for that East Rutherford too. Don't throw them out. They got an Asheville game. I'm interested to see that Asheville East Rutherford score. See how Mr. Russ is doing up there.
I'm doing a very poor job of
You
multitasking.
do right.
I
We'll
appreciate
handle this on the
Dennis.
side while you're guys are trying
Appreciate
to do
Dennis and Zach giving their perspective here. I'm updating scores as we go, so guys, if you see me update, feel free to let our fans, let our listeners know what we've got.
Well, I'm interested in that Lincoln Charter Highland Tech game.
Yeah.
Personal reasons on that.
Well, you know, we know Lincoln Charter at one point was up 21-0, and that's 36-0 now. I see he's got it updated on the score on that one. So Lincoln Charter is starting out of the gate the way they want to. Okay.
Well, my
All right, I got you Shelby Kings Mountain update.
That's why I'm moving.
all right, Kevin,
Yeah.
lay it on us.
2-0 Kings Mountain.
I was sitting there
2-0.
and it said 2-0.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say
I
2
didn't
to
think that was
nothing?
even real.
Is that feasible?
Randy Johnson.
Yeah, I know.
And,
I know,
and,
right?
and right about now, Steve DeGree.
Who was up in that game? What did you say?
2-0
Kings Mountain.
So we said, yeah.
Right about now, Steve DeGree's turning white.
That's
I mean, you know, it's going to be an interesting season for everybody. Like I like this area where we start out with the tough matchups in the beginning with our teams that are predominant in this area. They get play real competition. You know, they don't have fluffed up schedules.
right.
And then when they get into the playoffs,
This ain't Alabama. This ain't University of Alabama schedule. Is it?
No, this ain't Nicky Saban's cakewalk, so he can walk right into the playoffs anymore.
Right.
But they're battle tested when we get to the end of the season. They're ready. I like all the teams in this area to do well. Cheer for all of them. Lincoln County, Cleveland County, Gaston County to make some runs.
Well, I was going to say about Lincoln Charter, I have a friend, former Representative Jason Sain's son, is playing on that team, and he's a senior this year. Well, you know, they only had to play JV ball before, but they're expecting a very good year out of that team, even though it's their first varsity competition. So expectations are high for a school that's never played a varsity game.
You could put if you put staff in place.
Yeah.
Right? If you put the right staff in place, you already have athletes, and we know that by the basketball, the way they play in basketball and stuff like that. They should be fairly formidable. So it'd be good to get them started out. Hopefully, like I said, Cherville's got that big lead in Virginia today against North Stokes Vikings, 48-0. 51 now, Kevin said. So Cherville is. Let's be honest about it. We're used to playing the Shelbys, and we might be 51-0, and they run the clock on us. So good for the Cherville Ironmen to play competition that is comparable. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
For all you Crest Charger fans out there that were worried the score is now 21-7, so you can breathe again.
Looking at the other ones, Dennis, we talked about Hickory Red Tornadoes, 7-6 over the South Point Red Raiders.
Oh yeah,
So
Hickory ahead.
That would be a fun game to be at. I'm interested to see about this Maiden Lincoln game. See where we're at with that Maiden Lincoln game. That'll be a little bit of a testing of the waters for both teams. Both of them were very good last year. Both of them in playoff mode. So be interested to see how they do.
And let's hear it for the Fred T. Ford Tigers. 14-0 at this point over Mountain Island Raptors.
Which is another one of our charter schools
Mm-hmm.
in the area. So we'll throw that in there on that particular one. We finally got a live score there. Good job, Chip, for Asheville 19 to East Rutherford 15.
Don't thank me. That was Kevin.
Russ in the gang is hanging in against the Asheville Cougars, which probably would field a pretty decent sized team. Being in the
Yeah.
Asheville area.
Ken Link and I both. I think Ken and I both picked East Rutherford to win this game. I mean, they've got Landon Flynn's coming back. From my understanding, Landon Flynn came back as a senior quarterback. He's got both the Pinkerton boys back. That's a lot of offense, and you got to remember this is an offense that beat Reidsville last year in the playoffs.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
Glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
We're talking about a team that was good last year.
Yes.
This is Phillips' third year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And he's
Fourth.
done a
Fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
And this game will be much closer than a lot of people anticipate.
And you think about this, though. If I'm right about this,
Let me
Dennis,
see what the prediction on this was, and I'll get back to you in just a second.
Trying to see
keep
what we.
looking up, Dennis. If I'm not mistaken, they didn't even field a team in East
Oh,
Rutherford
they're
before
they're
Philadelphia.
predicting
No, they
Ash.
didn't. Phillips, Coach Russ's first year was the year they rebuilt the program, and his quarterback was freshman Landon Flynn. And Landon and that was at that time I was with the radio station I was working at in Rutherford County, so I got to watch that team. And the first year they had growing pains, certainly. But I believe we talked about it, Dennis, on the pregame show. His second year, the next year, we talked about that they're going to be the surprise team of Rutherford County, and that I thought that they would. I think I even made the prediction. I thought that they would beat Chase and beat RS, which they did. And then last year, obviously, they made a great run on.
Well, Asheville is favored by 24 tonight, Chip.
And I thought that they could be favored just because they're they're going to be the bigger school in the area. But I'm telling you, what we talked about Lane Charter a minute ago, you put the right coaching staff and you get your athletes. I'm telling you, you can compete.
And Asheville, really, from the folks I've talked to up in the mountains, they've been kind of now they're historically a very strong program. They're one of they and AC Reynolds are traditionally the two strongest football programs in Buncombe County. But the past few years they've been kind of middle of the road. If they were ripe for an upset at home, I thought it would be against Coach Russ and with them. So again, 19-15. East Rutherford's right there in that game, and I wouldn't be surprised if that comes down to whoever's got the ball last.
Right.
So.
And it looks like Asheville's at home.
Yes, yeah, East Rutherford went up the mountain.
Again, they're playing in a hostile environment, so hanging in there.
Well, the coach at Asheville is a former Chase coach, a former assistant at Crest coach.
So that kind of worked that together.
Yeah, and later on, they will be playing Asheville, Crest will, and so they were dreading that. There was a real, they got some talent, they've got some coaching, like we're talking about. That may be one that we lose. However, we'll see tonight. Is East Rutherford that good?
I was going to say, if you guys would lose that game, I mean, what does that say about East Rutherford? In talent-wise,
Right.
Pretty impressive. Congratulations, Philip, for building that.
Well, he's done a solid job.
I think anybody, especially, and you heard me say it ad nauseum last year because of the coverage that Brian and I did with Cherryville and new coaching that they had with Cherryville, and especially the parallels really became even more apparent to me when Jaden Daniels took over as their quarterback, as a freshman quarterback at Cherryville last year.
I remember that game you guys were broadcasting. It was like, there's hope.
Yeah.
There's hope.
Yeah, well, and, it's going to take a year or two to build the culture, to get the buy-in, not just from the players, not just from the school, from the community. And Philip Russ has done that with East Rutherford football. And I think that's a good template for anybody that's starting to – I mean, you can't start a program any more than Philip Russ with East Rutherford. He literally resurrected that football program.
And by resurrecting, you mean that they literally did not
There
play.
was no football.
No football, and their players that were what we call decent were playing for Chase.
Yes, yeah, a lot of them are transferring, and that's why. And you saw Chase how good Chase was those few years.
Really, I can't remember his name. Really tall quarterback.
Yeah.
6'5".
Yeah, and
They made a good run that year.
I'm having a blank right now on it as well myself. But looking at scores, and feel free, guys, if you see me post them, and Zach and Dennis, appreciate y'all. Again, run down any of these scores you see up there. Let's run down the board real quick with what we've got. They're updating as we come, so you can y'all see? Is your board updating? Yeah,
I'll swing around this way.
Yeah, any scores that you see that aren't 0-0, feel free to go down and let folks know what they are.
Well, I'm looking at a team that I don't know how to interpret this. It's because of who they're playing. But the Patton and the Freedom game, Freedom is up 20-0. The question is Freedom decided to actually be a legitimate team this year? Of course, Patton, they hadn't had that decision in many years. So I don't know how to interpret that 20-0 score in the Freedom Patton. What do you see?
I mean, I think we're, as you said, first game of the year. Yep, you talking about this one? Southport Red Raiders? I thought you were talking about the Freedom Patton.
That's what I was.
He was, but then he saw that score update and it got his attention.
Got Dennis's attention.
That's right.
For the listeners online, we'll update that. South Point Red Raiders 14-7 over the Hickory Red Tornadoes.
They got to their home field advantage there.
You're following along with me, Chip.
And now the game begins.
Let's just be honest about this.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go into a hostile territory, which is a football stadium. Let's make no bones about it. You go to Crest, you go to Burns, you go to Shelby, you go to South Point.
Yep.
You're going into you're going to have the ruckus of the crowd. You're going to get that triple option, basically the option that they run.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stop that, and that's going to put the pressure on the Hickory Red Tornadoes. I don't know what they have this year.
Yeah.
I know the past 2 years they have been state champion qualified for that good of a team. So
Right.
Don't know if they're down or not this year, but we know South Point is perennial. Excuse me.
Yeah. Well done.
Well, let's just take that first column there and look at the numbers. Now it's 28-7 Crest over Burns.
That's the backwards one. That's a 28-7 the other way. No, just
Okay. And that's a possibility. You never know.
it probably is.
I think he's just giving
But
you a hard
what,
I'm
what
still
I'm,
having a hard time. I'm still having this hard time with this 2-0 score. Kings back in the show.
Right. I mean,
Well,
imagine athletes
we're
on
getting to
both
that
sides.
one, Chip.
I'm looking at it. It's still 2-0.
This is not baseball. Baseball's over, everybody. What do we got, Dennis?
I think he was safe sliding it home on
That's
that.
right. Yeah.
But the Crest score, it's starting to come out. As you said, I think, Chip, earlier, how long can they hang in there? They had their spurt. We don't know how they scored or what they scored. But then the Shelby Kings Mountain game, that's as shocking as anything because of the no score.
Yes.
Right. You're talking about elite on both sides, I'm sure, and to put nothing up, that's going to be interesting.
Well, and it's early yet,
It
too.
is, and we might not
Or-
have
Oh,
got
yeah.
an update. We might not got
Our
an
last
update
update was early. Let me put it that way.
And that may end up 34-28 or something. Who
Right.
knows? But Hunter Huss, only 3 points at this point against the Roberson
I'm
Rams.
not super familiar with the Roberson Rams, but I know Huss has been a little better.
I can tell you're
the
not
last couple
familiar with
years.
them. You're not saying it properly.
Roberson.
I'm just messing with. Don't worry, Zach.
I don't
Nobody,
even- I
nobody
don't know
else.
if that was right.
Nobody else in the studio says
But-
it right. Says
but-
it
but,
the way I
Huss,
say it.
Has not been terrible the last 2 years. So interesting with the 14-3 down. We got Kramer's Storm up 13-0 on Forest View.
Yep.
Forest View.
Didn't one of those teams get kicked out of the conference and moved down? I
Yeah.
think that was Forest View, wasn't it?
I am not familiar with the new.
No, it was Kramer that got kicked out.
Yeah.
And they got moved down to a lower conference, and they're ahead 13-0. At South Point, like we said, 14-7. So the game must have started. And Cherryville, the pride of the Cherryville, is 48-0 over North Stokes. They'll want to play them every week.
Keep on going for a minute, Dennis. If you don't
Okay.
mind. I want to look over some of these.
All right.
The new lineup.
Yeah, we talked about Ashbrook rather, and they're playing West Meck Hawks, and it's Ashbrook 14, West Meck 8. Let's drop on down to the Fred T. Ford Tigers, which have over the years have not shown a lot of winning tradition, if you will. Their 14-0 score over Mountain Island Charters is probably big for them. Lincoln Charter 36-6 over Highland Tech, and the competition is questionable there. But to have 36 points on the board for Lincoln Charter says something about their team and their development and their coaching. Chase versus Polk County. I know the prediction in the pregame show, I think, was for Chase. Jim Sotheby's the coach over there now. I won't say anything else. Polk County's
Well done. That's restraint, Dennis. Well done.
Polk County is ahead 7-6 over Chase High Trojans. And in the Asheville Cougars East Rutherford game, we commented about Philip Russ and what a good job he's doing. The score's reflective of that. It's 15-19 Asheville. And then East Lincoln, watch this score. South Iredale 20, East Lincoln 24. What's going on over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Right here, this
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
East Lincoln.
24 to 20. Yeah, I'm not familiar with.
Action's coming in fast and furious, isn't it, guys?
It is. We still have nothing on the Lincoln Maiden game. That's a big one in the area.
Yeah.
I see some of that's basically like North Lincoln West at one time. Big rivals on both those teams. So maybe we can get an update on Maiden Blue Devils and the Lincoln Wolves.
And I hate to break it to Terry Reinhardt, but it's North Lincoln 14, West Lincoln 8.
All right, guys, I'm going to try to round up some highlights for us. Let's see if this worked out.
Okay.
Right. I've been all over the place, so we're going to try out the if any of our highlights came through. Oh, we did. We got some highlights. You asking about Lincoln and Maine? I've got the highlights of Lincoln and Maine.
Let
How
her
about
rip,
that?
Tater
We've
Chip.
got 8-6. Looks like Maiden. No, 14-8 now Lincoln, and 14-8 now Lincoln, guys. For you folks that were wondering about that.
That's pretty good for Lincoln Wolves being over
Same thing.
the Maiden Blue Devils.
Same thing at North Lincoln and West Lincoln. All right, let's see. Let me move. I got to hit some magic buttons here. We're going to go here, and we're moving over here. All right, because I know the folks at home want to see some highlights. We do have some scores, so we're going to get that ready for you guys right now. Let's get this guy set up. Chris is about to score again, by the way. I just picked one off. They're inside the.
Where have I heard this before?
Kevin, you know what? Just for they had lost their 4-year starter in Mooney, so got a new quarterback in. That's probably going to be.
Looky, come in here.
Yep.
Will the thrills in the house? But I do got some highlights. We'll go through. Let me get all the way back to the start of the night.
I can't hear Will. That shirt's too loud. That's a new Bears shirt he's got on, by the way.
He's been busy putting Chevrolets in driveways.
We got a nice little gift here from RJ of Tom and Matt here in the press box before the game.
Is that a
Look
glare?
at that nice shirt Cinephoni's got on in that thing.
I know, right?
Look
That's
at
on
that.
KTC. That's
I
on
mean,
KTC
the
edition.
sweater vest on that, and it's going to be over.
I think he's just filming the fact that Matt's getting some actual in-depth.
There he is. He is. He's getting it in there.
I need to put some tin on that window.
So here's a touchdown by is it Namaje? Am I pronouncing that right? Do you know, Will? Namaje Thompson or Namaje? Namaje. I want to make sure I get the rhythm right. Namaje Thompson. This made it 7-0 Crest with a pass over the middle. Looks like he went for almost 80s.
I want to see the Burns score, Kevin.
We're going to get to it. All the way into the house for Crest. I wonder if I got any sound on this one. Let's see if I can make some sound. No sound on that.
Nice little.
The people at home hate the sound.
Ask and you shall receive.
Will says late pass, but it don't matter. That pass was a touchdown, is what it will was.
Yeah.
It's called a screen pass.
How about Burns?
Look at that.
Is the Bulldogs going for 7 right here?
I'm gonna have
Look
to
at that. Kept his feet.
gonna have to work on that tackling drill, I believe.
I was watching my nephew last night. He had a few dives and misses. He's new to the linebacker. I was like, I got to give him a few stay on your feet. This ain't Madden. You just can't hit the square button. And
Put the hit stick on them.
and hope that's what he was trying to do. I think he tackled a few ghosts out there.
Little NFL blitz. Give him a power bomb.
Yeah, he had a few
Draw
ghosts.
himself, doesn't he?
Hey, they got
Yeah, I know. All right, so there's the touchdown for Burns. I'm trying to get the sound up for the we can hear it, but I don't think the folks at home can. Let's see. Y'all be quiet for 1 second. I don't think so. Watch this.
I will say that is a great run by the Burns guy. Who was that, Kevin? Do you know?
number 12.
It does not say. Pull up a roster there, someone. Man, I can. Well, yeah, probably. Let's see if that works now. Hey, I figured it out, Will. There we go. There you go. All right. Number 12 for the Bulldogs. That is a long touchdown. I think 50 yards is what it was. How about Michael Edwards for Crest with a handoff up the middle, 2 or 3 yards. Number 12 for Burn. Number 12.
Of course.
On the no 12 on the roster.
10, 11, 13.
He's a ghost runner.
That's right.
All right, we'll go out to Maiden and Lincoln. Handoff up the middle for number 1. He punches it in for the score there for the Blue Devils.
Look at that offensive line.
That's Shannon Wingate, 8-0.
Monray Harris
That's a-
Field.
That's some like hogs on the offensive line.
How about 8-6? Here's the Wolves score.
Oh,
Good pass.
pretty.
It's R.J. Lynch on the touchdown. Got missing up the side in the cover 2. It looks like Will's either safety wasn't there, the corner didn't drop. Might have been cover 3. Well, if you'll watch the corner, he bit on whatever the out was. He's still standing at the 20. All right, how about Eli Hamrick?
The Virginia recruit.
This made it 21-7.
Okay, keep going.
Crest. Malachi Gamble makes it 28-7.
Look at that.
See that? Watch it.
Boy, that is a great
left.
run.
And drug 2 of those Burns guys with him.
That is a great run.
Yeah, number 20, whatever that was, isn't going to see the film tomorrow. What do you think, Will, right? Well, I don't know if you saw this, right? About
Watch
here.
it.
Yeah.
Right about here. This guy right here is about to get just trucked by Mike Allstar here. Look at that right there. Let's go even a little zoomer. We're
What a
going to go
good-
right here.
Listen, that's like an Adrian Peterson run or something, right?
Jamal Lewis.
Yes, man. I mean, that's
I'm trying to get his
great looking
number.
run.
That was a little
24, Kevin. 24, Kevin.
Smoked. Yeah, he did.
He ran that ball like Will Boykins.
And he's put some weights in his shoes there. All right, this made it 14-0. Ooh, big hit almost. And Lynch scores again. Lincoln up
They got a pretty
14-8
good wide receiver over there in Lincoln.
over Maiden. Let's watch it again.
Maybe a
Watch this.
quarterback too.
Oh, the Maiden kid went for the big hit right here.
Ooh, oh.
Nice.
He took his eyes off the target and whiffed.
They need to get them some collision control devices over there at Maiden.
How about 35-7 Crest over the Bulldogs? Right tackle about made a tackle right there.
So we're gonna have a running clock at Burns tonight.
Maybe. All right, let's get some of the other scores up again in a minute. And I've got to get. I'm checking. We're supposed to be. I've got other ones that we were tagged in. I do not know the answer to that one, Will. I do not know the answer to that one, Will. Let's see if I can pull up my tags. Here we go. I do got. Oh, that was. Dang it. Maybe not. I was trying to pull up our tags there and check out some of the other games. Let's see. I'll type in Cherryville, North Stokes. I got to get connected with my the folks, my guys out at the on the fields. Oh, Shelby Jakari Shell's out at the Shelby Kings Mountain game. Last we had was 2-0. I don't know if JP's got an update on that. We'll check see if JP's got an update on. They're supposed to be doing some type of work, but that doesn't mean he's doing anything. No, Brian came in earlier and JP was actually doing work, and Brian asked him if he needed help, and I said, no. Do not interrupt him if he's actually doing work. I said, Brian, if you see him doing something, don't ask if he needs help.
Which video game was it that he was doing?
Still 2-0,
Wow.
folks. Kings Mountain and Shelby in a defensive battle.
Wow.
Out in Kings Mountain. I bet that's got to be interesting as can be. Check on some scores here while we're going. Zach, we did have a sponsor this year in our post game show,
Yep.
guys. I don't want Zach to kind of introduce that for you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have the phone number with me right now, Kevin. I'll lay it over there for you. But
Yeah.
AGAC Heating and Air out of Lincoln County is sponsoring a couple different things for us tonight. I believe it. Kevin, was it the player of the game? Was I right about
The
that?
hit of the week.
Hit of the week
and the players of the
players
week.
of the game.
Yeah,
So
nice.
for any of your AC needs, Kevin, can you read that phone number for him?
You didn't write it down. Oh, is that what this other one is?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It wasn't on the same
Little
sheet. It was a
post-it
different one.
note there.
704-748-3463. 704-748-3463. Stay cool today.
Yep.
I
Stay
was
cool.
sweating off. I hate the days when you walk to your car and you got to change shirts once you get in the car. You sweat so bad.
Heck,
Turn it
sometimes
on.
Get out and go to work in the morning. You sweat before you get in your car.
That's what I was
Your
saying.
dad
That's what
looked
I'm
at-
saying. Walk into the car.
Your dad looked at me earlier. He's like, "How are you wearing a pullover?"
I don't know what he's doing. Chip's got pants. And
He's
a
just
sweater
showing
on
off
over
his
here.
Masters logo.
I've got a polo with a Masters logo on too.
You're just wishing it was Tom.
He probably got a
Sweater
tattoo under that.
No, don't do that.
Hickory Grove Christian 37, nothing over Bonnie.
Seen
Cone.
that one a minute ago, Kevin. I don't know anything about either one of those teams, but
They're in these one of these new conferences.
yeah,
with,
Bonnie
Thomas
Cone
Jefferson.
Academy is not doing well against Hickory Grove.
North
not
North
doing well.
Iredale's leading Wilkes Central 23 to
Another-
nothing in the second quarter.
Seen that Weddington Warriors versus Mooresville, Kevin. You know, Mooresville's got they're up in like a 6 or 7A now. So
Yeah, and they're
the
playing
Weddington.
Panther Stadium tonight, I
Are
think.
they really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
there was two
So,
games at the Panthers.
Who?
tonight.
Whoa, say that again.
Mooresville.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Playing
there,
at Bank of America.
there was two games
yeah.
tonight.
And there's two at
Back-
Memorial
back to back.
Stadium tomorrow night. Two
Really?
games.
Interesting.
You can
They're
go down
down
and cover
3 to
those,
nothing
Chip.
against Weddington.
No, I'm
So-
good. I don't, Kevin, I do not have. You might have an update. I don't have Wilkes Central scoring yet. I have it 23-0 North Iredale.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
I thought you said 7. My bad.
That's
All
right.
right, 23-0. North Iredale over Wilkes Central. Just see if we got any other.
Yeah, I'm
others
looking down
on
the list.
sheet. East Wilkes and High Brighton. We got that posted. It's 14-14. Is that on our sheet?
Don't see High Brighton.
You guys know how we
Can't
complain
believe I took High Brighton off the sheet.
in the state championships when we play at like State and Carolina, how it looks like there's nobody in the stands.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if your high school's playing in the Panther Stadium.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello.
It is
Hello.
13-12. Polk County over the Chase Trojans right now.
Oh wow, that's a close one.
Maiden Lincoln are now 14-14 tied.
Kevin, did we get an update on Asheville and East Rutherford yet? Because that's been up there for a little
Yeah.
bit. See how Philip Russ is doing up there.
The Cavaliers may have scored again.
I've got nothing on Max Preps.
I
Max
hope
Preps
so.
basically just says it's in progress. Nobody's given a score update on
Okay.
that game yet.
Bunker Hill up 21-6 now on the drawn Wildcats. There's our first score with that. Bunker Hill Bears 21-6. Oh, that Zach was asking about. They're not, yeah, it's not posted. It's you can walk down the hall. We've got that. Hold on. I
Oh,
can
we
po-
got that one on.
That
Yeah,
one's
that's
on
right.
YouTube. We can pull that up on YouTube and see the score
Yeah.
immediately. Give me 1 second. I'll pull that one up real quick.
Kramer's up 20-0 now for Worstview.
Okay. So Kramer in the last 2 days combined are up 50-0 on the Forest View Jaguars between JV and
And you said Kramer went down this year, right? Went
Yeah, they're in the
down.
conference
Yeah.
with Burns.
Lower left, Kevin. Freedom is now up on Patton 33-0.
Freedom over Patton 33.
And sorry if I'm going so fast. I've got
Hey,
a
we're
North Gaston East Gaston update
What you
too.
got there, Chief?
North Gaston 13, East Gaston 7.
Interesting.
North Gaston 13, East Gaston 7.
You know, for a couple years there, that East Gaston team had been doing well.
They graduated.
Yeah, there's some of the good running backs. They really had some good running backs there.
Still 15-19 up in Asheville.
Bottom middle. I've got Mountain Heritage 29, Pisgah 7.
29?
29.
29.
That's almost as weird as leading 2-0.
Right.
Do you have Bandy's up there, don't you? Bandy, lower left. Bandy's 24, St. Stephen's nothing.
Not too
Sorry, I'm just going
surprising.
as I see this. I'm just trying to share.
You're good.
These bandies.
You've got Bunker Hill already.
Still don't have Thomas Jefferson score. Bessemer City scores. If
Uh,
you folks are watching, obviously everybody's watching online. We've got. No, he's not. He's he's got 3 more years. He's 13. Son just walked in with the pizza.
oh, nice. Bring-
I do let him drive up down the driveway. The girl.
Is he doing DoorDash now?
Yeah. Oh my!
Insure?
No,
He said to help his memory.
I can't remember, Will.
Well, I don't know. I can't remember.
Milk
Yeah.
of
There you
magnesia.
go. There you go.
I've got looks like East.
How about Newton Conover, guys?
yeah?
20-14 right now over Alexander Central.
Yep.
Wow. That's big.
Add a point to South Iredell. I've got East Lincoln 24, South Iredell 21.
Gotcha. How about Forest View just scored, so we'll get 6 points
There we
for
go.
them.
Yeah.
On the board. Cherville's up in the 50s right now, folks. They're just
Yeah, did you hear that, Will?
killing it.
Cherville, Ironman 50s, up in the 50s to nothing over North Stokes.
We're going to get the exact score here in a minute.
We got Lincoln and Mate. Yeah, you got that already.
Juwan's excited about that one.
Did we get an update
Lincoln
on
Charter still 36.
West Lincoln and
That's what I was
West
gonna
Lincoln and
ask.
North Lincoln tied at 14.
Okay, so West put a touchdown on the board, but
Yeah.
did not get there.
Didn't convert, or if
Yep.
they did, it's not been posted yet.
Right.
Now that does happen. They will post
Let's
and then
see if I can.
and then do it later
an
instead of
update
just
on that myself.
waiting.
Yeah,
That is a little bit aggravating on some of the scores. They'll post it before the extra point.
that's what I've got right now.
Irwin.
Don't tell me yet. Don't. Yeah,
They're losing 13-7.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
don't have them on the sheet though.
I know they're on. I didn't. You don't have to
It's
break
a
it
little
up
too
right
far
now.
away.
Yeah.
South Point 20-7 now over Hickory. Is that surprising, guys?
Oh yeah,
What was the score, Kevin?
20-7 South
Wow.
Point.
7
I
South Point right
don't
now.
know what Hickory has lost versus last year, but again, going into South Point, Kevin, you know that's a hostile territory.
Well, Brian Branch talked about it, and Ken Link both did in the pregame show. And I just want to give a shout out. I know I've said it already, but a big shout out to Brian Branch and Ken Link. They both gave great. It's difficult to bring analysis before the season even starts. You know, you can go to the jamborees and try to get a little bit of a feel, and if you can talk to some of the coaches. But I mean, if you're not seeing these guys in action regular season, it's tough. But it's just a big shout out. Brian and Ken both did great preparation. I really look forward to working with them in the pregame show.
They did. It just now posted. A friend of mine did at the half, 14-14 for West and North Lincoln. So that is
Okay.
That is at the half right now, 14-14. So
Good call.
big game.
Well, Terry may show up tomorrow, Kevin, and you can talk about NASCAR with him.
Well, yeah.
If he doesn't bring up, Dak Prescott.
We don't
in the
know
middle.
where he's going,
Yeah.
to be honest.
He don't
I
either.
thought it would be Micah Parsons tomorrow.
We'll definitely talk about that as well. Yeah, there's no telling where he is going.
He's going to eat his bologna sandwich right now. That's where he's. Or no, he's going to eat barbecue. He's going
Bologna's at the West Lincoln.
That's right. He's going to eat barbecue.
Let's see. Still 2-0 as far as we got. Keys Mountain and Shelby. folks.
Unbelievable. No, nobody would ever.
Newton
guess that.
Conover takes a 28-14 lead.
What's the over/under on that?
Could you imagine?
Right. Yeah.
Alexander Central.
70. I mean, let's be. Over. Talking about score. Yeah, unbelievable.
Ashbrook 14-8 over West Mex Steel on my sheet. Freedom is at 39-0 now over Patton.
Still no best for city score, Kevin. And
No, we'll talk.
waiting in on that.
It seems like we have a problem getting the best scores all the time.
Another
I gotta find
interesting
somebody that knows what they're doing.
team that's been in
I was going to
conferences
say something, but
from this area, is Statesville. We don't have a score on the Statesville game either.
26-46. South Caldwell leads West Caldwell.
most of these games are pretty. I don't have any updates yet that I've seen recently.
Still no scores on Lake Norman Charter, Corvion games, East Hendersonville. I might have seen that a minute ago. It just didn't get in. Corvion Hardings has not posted anything yet. I'm looking at it right there. No scores yet, like Zach's just said, on Statesville, Owen, and Rosman. I just may have looked over those.
No, I don't have an update from them yet. I'm gonna start. All right, I'm gonna start doing some research on these 0-0 scores to see if we can at least get an update.
RS Central at McDowell. We need to round that one up. Now that's 7A. I can switch over to that and see if real quick and find that one. See if that's been updated.
I'll predict RS Central's winning that one.
We hope. We think. But we don't know. Maybe. East Lincoln's up now 38-21 over South Iredell.
So he jumped up a good bit. 2 touchdowns.
At West Charlotte, Grimsley game is the one at Panther Stadium right now, and it is 7-7.
Mm.
I'm not seeing the RS Central game in McDowell.
That is going to be in a market. It's going to be hard to find a score. You'll have to go to Asheville,
Where for what now?
RS Central
McDowell, and RS Central.
Yeah, actually, you made a good point. Let me see what I can.
Go to the Asheville Citizens Times.
All right,
See
I'm
what you-
going to WLOS right now. To see if I
Yeah,
can
that'd
find
be
it.
even better.
Yeah, see if I can track.
McDowell 10-7 over RS Central is the last thing that was posted by Rock Hill Herald Preps about
Close game.
40 minutes ago.
Potentially. 40 minutes.
I don't know how
time.
Rock Hill
Rock
Herald
Hill.
Preps
You know.
rounded up the RS Central McDowell score.
Yeah.
Well, there's some rocks on the hills in McDowell.
But they got it posted.
Yeah.
Last
So we're gonna go with that.
last scores I had. All right, here's some scores from up the mountain. The last, all right, 19-15 is the last thing I've got for Asheville, East Rutherford. Hendersonville's leading East. Excuse me. I'll stop it. My phone's trying
East
to update.
Henderson?
East Henderson, 20-0. Hendersonville's leading East Henderson 20-0. Mountain Heritage is leading Pisgah 15-14. I don't want.
I got 29-13 on that one.
Okay, you're all right. You're well
Way
ahead. You're
ahead.
well ahead of that. So okay.
Yeah, we're ahead on that one.
See if I can get back in there and see if they'll without.
How did my scoreboard got moved a little bit there, folks? Sorry about that. It's hiding. I don't know how my scoreboard got moved. We're gonna move that around a little bit there. Here we go. All right, those are the scores, folks. Once they start getting finalized, we'll turn those to black, and so the red scores are the active scores right now. Having a few issues here and there. What is? That's what the problem is. There we go. Move that. Folks at home watching me move the screen around a minute here on the Red Zone channel. We'll get that Cherville updated in a minute. They're in the 50s now. Still nothing on Bestford. That is right. Kings Mountain 2-0 over Shelby, folks. And South Point 27. We got a lot of kind of surprising scores right now. Over in Lincoln County, 14, 14, 14, 14. West and North Lincoln and Maiden, but East is up big time, 38-21. So I'm going to, folks, we're going to send it out now here in just a moment to the field, and we're going to send it to Brent and Jeff and let them handle the broadcast right now. Where it's 2-0. Kings Mountain and Shelby right now. So let's see if I can pull this up right.
Even to play online.
All right, they're in commercial.
Or your dad.
They're in commercial right now. But so we'll wait on them for just a moment. Let's see. Did that pull up right? I'm gonna make sure for you folks at home heard that right.
Years, Sizzle & Son and truck body repair, hand painting, motorcycle refinishing, and dent removal. They're known for the quality of their work, their experienced staff, and their dedication to customers. In their own words, we work for our customers, not for the insurance companies. Mountain, they're there when you need them.
Don't get hosed on your hydraulic hose connections. See the hose man, Charles Cabinets at Shelby Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts store. They do all types of hydraulic hose connections, including hoses for heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses available in metric or standard fittings. And pick up your interstate batteries for your lawnmower, tractor, and heavy equipment. Plus filters too, and they carry air gas. See Shelby Auto Parts, 409 North Washington Street in Shelby. Open 7:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. Call 704-482-2468 for Shelby Auto Parts. Fall planting time is here for your fall.
So we are back on the campus of
This is your Gardner-Webb University halftime show. I'm going to turn it over to Jeff, and he's going to do our James River and Equipment stats and recap of the first half.
All right, recap the first half again, brought to you by James River Equipment Company. And the team scoring, not going to take a whole lot of time, Brent. The opening score of the game with 10:24 left in the first quarter was a safety. Land Farmer was sacked in the end zone, was not able to get the number of the guy that made the sack, but that made it 2-0 Kings Mountain, and that's the way the first quarter ended. And then with 4:28 left in the second quarter, Jalen Tate, a 3-yard touchdown run. Matt Grenier with a point after, and Shelby led 7-2. The big story, a lot of cramps. And the second big story, a lot of penalties. It is your typical early season football game with the cramps and penalties. Golden Lions have been guilty of 6 penalties for 49 yards. And that's actually kind of a skewed number because their first penalty was 19 yards. So six penalties for 49 yards. Kings Mountain has had 8 penalties for 58 yards. And only 1 penalty was really of any particular consequence. Well, I take that back. The 19-yard penalty set up Kings Mountain for the chance to get the safety. Then Shelby had 1 offside penalty that gave Kings Mountain a first down. As far as first downs in the first half, Kings Mountain has 3. 1 in the first quarter, 2 in the second quarter, and 1 of those 3 due to penalty. 1 run, 1 penalty, 1 pass. Golden Lions have only had 4 first downs, all 4 of those due to the pass game. And so 4 first downs to 3 first downs, penalty yardage greater than just about anything else. And so Golden Lions lead 7-2, and Brent's going to pick up with some more stats.
Yeah, let's look at Kings Mountain. Kings Mountain on the ground, it's been Jarlin Dye. He's got 10 carries for 39 yards. KJ Bell has 1 sack, so 1 carry for -9 yards. So for Kings Mountain, 11 carries for 30 yards. Passing, Bell is 6 for 13 for 18 yards and 1 interception, no touchdowns. Leading receiver has been Tex Vaughn with 2 catches for 11 yards. Devin Hopper has 2 catches for 8 yards, and Isaiah Branch has 2 catches for -1. So just 48 total yards for Kings Mountain in the first half. For the Golden Lions, not a whole lot better, but a little bit better. On the ground, Jalen Tate, 6 carries for 12 yards and a touchdown. Land Farmer has 2 carries for -11 yards and a safety against him. So 8 carries for 1 total yard, 1 net yard, and a touchdown rushing. Passing, Farmer's 9 of 13 for 103 yards. No touchdowns or interceptions. Man Collins has 3 catches for 54 yards. Calvin Ramseur has 2 catches for 21 yards. J.J. Williams has 2 catches for 15 yards. Lorenzo Roseborough has 1 catch for 14 yards, and Jalen Tate has 1 catch for -1. So 8 rushes for 1 yard and 9 completions for 103 yards. Shelby with 104 total yards at halftime.
Shelby has possessed the ball for 10 minutes and 17 seconds. The longest possession they had was the first possession of the second quarter. Started on their 33-yard line with 11:47 to go and held the ball for 3:03 and ended up punting. So, again, it's not been an offensive masterpiece, but you could say it's been a defensive masterpiece. I mean, because it's not like the defenses aren't out there, and it's not simply. It's not been a situation where there's been a lot of wide open guys in the secondary, and the quarterbacks missed it. And there's not been a lot of big holes. I mean, I've been really impressed with Dry. That's the guy's name, right?
Yeah.
For Dry has got a lot of rushing and not a lot of holes. I mean, he's done a great job of making some yards. And same thing, Tate. You know, he doesn't have many yards, but he hasn't had any place to run either. So, but defenses have really been good.
Yeah, they've really been good. You know, we've seen good plays downfield by the Shelby secondary, knocking balls away and making an interception. And then we saw Shelby hit the one big play by either team was that big 56-yard pass to Man Collins, which he caught about the 30, Jeff, and made a pretty good run after the catch down to the 5. They tacked on a half the distance penalty on a face mask, and then the big package came in and Tate ran it in, and that was the one big play led to the only touchdown for either team. And you got to think there's one or two of those left in this game. Big plays.
and you know, both teams are not giving the quarterback time to make any kind of long pass.
Yeah.
In fact, I think there was one time that Bell for Kings Mountain got back there, and he had plenty of time, but it almost.
Yeah, just having some friends over for the game. Is that safe?
March 2026. A Rutherford County native, David Norris has 30 years of
even in Gaston County is pretty close to what it was in previous years. But the idea then is like when they get to the postseason with the 8 classifications, that it'll be a little bit more competitive. And I don't know if our listeners remember, but from 2002 to 2021, they did subdivide the 4 conferences that they had anyway to, 4A, 4AA, 3A, 3AA. So I think that's something they're trying to get back to a little bit as well. So the idea behind the rule changes, the classification system, we'll just have to maybe wait and see how it goes. But one of the other things maybe we can touch on super quick here is some of the preseason
exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com.
Well, folks, I try to give you a game, but they're all in commercial. So we're gonna
Come on, give me some football action.
I was trying to.
Not you. I'm talking about the people on site.
I was trying my best, but we ended up being in commercials, and so it. I'm just not in the red zone, Will. We ain't trying to do commercials in the red zone. Yeah, I understand that. All right, now we do have some updates. Here's the I will give you the last 2 scores at the maiden Lincoln game. How about Blue Devils make it 14-14? Hampton Reed on the touchdown here. Halfback pass, rolling left,
wide open.
Rolling
Wow!
left to the right-handed running back, halfback.
Threw
pass.
it across his body.
And then Messiah Thompson throws it for a touchdown. Chip, he probably could have just walked that in there.
I was about to say, it didn't look like there was.
Look at this hole.
He's looking at that.
He's got an alley.
That's one of those holes you can run through walking back.
He's like, I want my passing stats to look good.
I mean, Will, look at this hole.
Look at that. Look at that.
The quarterback threw it.
He threw it from there. Look at that.
He threw it right in the middle of that hole.
One step forward and he's in the end zone.
Well, I see him, but he's 4 damn yards. I mean, his feet are in the yellow. Anyway, Lincoln wins. Lincoln is up 20-14 right now on the scoreboard. So we'll get you some more highlights in a little bit. I got to get with some of my guys out at the stadiums on exactly what's going on, but we'll get with some of those, and I'll let Chip get you guys going here with some more scores along the way. We'll see what we got. How about Corviana? Did he get that one? 31-12.
That's a new one
right now over Harding. So Where are we on? 31-12 over Harding. They what? They went to the state championship last year, Will.
Yeah, come on, man.
They lost the 2A state championship. They're the Western Conference champions, baby. Or 1A, one of them. Whichever one it was. Well, I think it was 1A because Shelby's in 2A.
Score update. East Rutherford 22, Asheville 19.
There you go. Cavaliers. It could be a big win up there in Asheville. Nothing on how about Lincoln Charter added their lead now 43-6. Looking them to go start their first season ever undefeated.
All Hendersonville in Henderson County. Hendersonville 48, East Henderson nothing.
Shoo.
Mountain Heritage 35, Pisgah 13.
Chase up now 19-18 Polk County now up 19-18. What was the one you just said?
Mountain Heritage 35, Pisgah 13.
35.
We don't have it on the board, but can I announce this? Irwin 13, West Henderson 7. Thank you. Continue.
There you go.
I've still Polk and Chase still. Okay, you've got a more updated score. I have nothing for Rosman and Owen.
Not yet. Who are they playing tonight? Pine Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. I got to get some scores out for the guys here in a second as well. So
yeah,
I'm going to try to get it back for the folks at home. We got to text and tweet some scores out for the folks, for our announcers at home. So for you guys watching and listening, we're going to get it back out to Shelby with Brent and Jeff. We're at 7-2. Shelby over Kings Mountain right now at Kings Mountain High School.
All North Lincoln, West Lincoln, and we're finally ready for the second half here. It's the Jam and Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff. It'll be Matt Grenier kicking off for Shelby towards the Bill Bates Field House. And this kickoff a little bit deeper than the last one. This is going to be fielded at the 15 and heading back to the 20, 25, 30, 35 out to the 37 on the return is Branch. And Kings Mountain will take over there. That'll be their first drive of the second half.
Good kickoff return. Good field position on that one. 37-yard line.
Just 48 total yards of offense for Kings Mountain in the first half. So I'm sure they're going to come up with a few different things to try here in the second half to get some things going on offense. KJ Bell, your quarterback. Jarlin Dry, your running back. And again, ball at the 37 of Kings Mountain, first down and 10.
That could be a touchdown.
There goes Branch, catches it in the flat, and he's got nothing but green ahead of him. And that's going to be a one-play, 63-yard touchdown pass from Bell to Branch. And just like that, in one play, Kings Mountain has more than doubled their whole offensive output. And Shelby just caught sleeping there, Jeff. There was nobody on Branch, and then he outran. He had about a 3-yard cushion, and nobody got maybe more than 1 yard closer. He kept that 3-yard cushion the whole way down the field, and we're only 20 seconds into the second half.
Big play.
And that's the numbers, tax and bookkeeping touchdown by the Mountaineers.
On to attempt the extra point is Vance Johnson.
And Hopper will hold, and Shelby gets in there, but the kick is up and good. And it's 9-7 Mountaineers. Just like that, folks. A one-play, 63-yard drive. We'll take a break. We'll come back with a Jam and Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff right after this.
Control of that ball. Yeah, that was a good defense there. Too bad he didn't hang on to that, but a good defense. So Ironman take possession of the football on the positive 42-yard line.
Yes, sir. Let's see if the Ironman subs can do any damage here. I know coming up when I played as a freshman, I got moved up to varsity for some of these mountain games, and actually got to run the ball, which is the highlight of my life at that time. To be a freshman running the ball. So let's see if the Ironmen have something that they can do here. 1st and 10, break the huddle.
Jacobson is
flag. It's going to be a Pete Fishbach penalty. Let's see what it is. Who it's on? It's on the Ironman. Going to back them up. Looked like that was a false start on the Ironman. Back them up 5 yards. You're going to get a lot of that. Clock is still ticking. We've got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of that with subs and stuff like that because they haven't all worked together as a unit, and but this is why this is good for them. Jacobson around to the left side.
Left side cuts back, strong run to the outside, takes it out of bounds.
And he should have. I think he picked up the first down. It's very close.
Yep. That's a Medical Center Pharmacy of Cherville first down on that play. Good play by Corey Jacobson.
Yep. Nope. It's actually he went out of bounds before, so second.
Oh, second down. Okay.
That's all right. Wyatt Lawson, a freshman for North Stokes. Boy, he came through into that backfield and made a great tackle.
He
hit and tackle.
Read it perfectly.
Yes, he did.
I think even if the quarterback would have kept it, he would have still been in place to make the tackle.
Yeah.
3 minutes, 50 seconds left on the Middle Malarkey, Mississippi scoreboard. 3rd and 8 for the Ironmen. Line up. Looks like we got 2 receivers to the right. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. 1 receiver, 1 up. I think they're going to have a Pete Fishbox penalty here. I think it's going to be on the Ironman, probably false start.
KJ Petty, a freshman, getting plenty of time in here, getting some good looks.
Oh, yeah.
Good for him. So we're going to timeout. So he called the whole offense over to the pickup. Coach Bauer called the whole offense over. And now we've got somebody on the ground, one of the Ironmen.
Yeah, he came out of the huddle and caught a cramp.
His huddles are tough, man. His huddles are tough sometimes. You can get hurt in the huddle.
Yes, sir. I'm surprised we haven't seen more cramping. Usually first game of the season.
I know. That's only the second one we've seen tonight.
That's not a lot for the first game of the season.
No, it's not. And so that must mean that both teams are in pretty decent physical shape.
Yes, sir.
Which is good. It's really good.
2 minutes, 52 seconds left here in the ball game. Cherville still up 61-8. 3rd and 13 when they do line back up. Cherville's going to try to see if they can get this first down with the backup subs that they have in. A bunch of younger guys is getting a great opportunity to make some plays here.
That was Trevor McSwain with the cramp, and he hobbles off field. So now we've got Trips right.
Trips right, yeah. I'm definitely going for the first down here. Quarterback takes the snap, pitch to the left. CJ cuts it up. It's going to be a short gain, about 4 or 5, you said, Brian?
Yep, 4 or 5. They got it marked about the original line of scrimmage, 4th down. That was, again, KJ Petty on the carry. And we got a Stokes player, number 54 down on the ground, Zach Anthony, sophomore. So they're going to check on him real quick.
All right, and we'll come right back.
Yes. We're going to hear from Arnhem Motors.
Down.
I don't see a flag, so it looks like the Mountaineers will take over at their 41, and they lead now 9-7 with 10:02 to go. And boy, it couldn't have started any worse for the Golden Lions.
Absolutely.
one play, 63-yard touchdown from Kings Mountain, and then go 3 plays, lose a yard, or 3 plays.
One first down.
Yeah, one first down, and then go 3 and out after that, losing a yard. And there is a penalty. They did call that penalty on Kings Mountain. So Kings Mountain will start at their 31, and that's a big penalty. That's a 10-yarder. And change the field position quite a bit. So 1st and 10 Mountaineers from their 31.
And our penalty sponsors, again, Shelby Heating and Air of Shelby.
And this is that little pitch to Hopper this time. That's a pass, and he gets about 4.
Yeah, 4-yard gain.
So we'll give him 4.
It's like there's a definite momentum switch. We already talked about it, and over the 15 years you and I have worked together, we just talk over and over about how much momentum is a big part of high school football, especially.
Yeah, it really is, and it can change in a heartbeat. But boy, if you got it, you got to ride it. And this was a pitch to Dry, and he gets the corner, and Shelby can't tackle him. And he's got the first down. Just missed tackles there.
Yeah, Dry did a good job of slowing down, checking his feet down, and letting the block letting a block happen in front of him. I thought Shelby had it covered pretty good, but one block kind of opened it up.
Yeah, and then what happened is the first guy that did make contact tried to sling him down instead of going for his legs, and he slung him, and he didn't go down. In essence, he slung him forward for 2 or 3 more yards. And then a teammate made the tackle. It's an 8-yard pickup. So 8-yard gain, 1st and 10 at the Kings Mountain 43.
Kings Mountain's got to take a timeout. They were really confused.
All right, their first timeout with 8:59 to go, third quarter. We'll take a break. 9-7 Mountaineers on top. We'll be right back.
Shop American, even when it comes to flooring. And Willis Flooring Shop in Shelby has a new selection of LVP flooring by Cortex, and it's American made. Also, pure grain engineered flooring. Yes, American made. Plus tile, carpet, vinyl, and more. And listed up installers, Willis Flooring Shop in Shelby has backer board, pan liners, sand, cement, corner benches, Schluter, and sundries. Head to Willis Flooring Shop, 2247 Kings Road in Shelby, open 8:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Like them on Facebook, too.
All right, after the Kings Mountain timeout, all kinds of time to go on this one, Jeff. There's just been a momentum shift back to Kings Mountain as they took the kickoff, went 1 play, touchdown, stopped Shelby, got the ball back, and have gotten a first down. And so they now are feeling a little bit, they're clicking a little bit more on offense, and they've got the ball at their 43-yard line. In motion is Branch, handoff to Dry, and again, he's just kind of picking his way for about 5 more. Dry's not, thus far, he doesn't have unbelievable numbers, but he's getting positive yards every time.
Yeah, he's running really hard, and since the second half started, Kings Mountain's doing a much better job of blocking.
Yeah, that 8-yard run was his longest of the game on 12 carries. But he just keeps getting 3, 4, 5 every time. And this time
here he goes again.
And this time he gets about 10. The ball comes out, and Shelby's got it. Question is, did they blow the whistle? And one official saying fumble Shelby ball. The other one was marking it down at the 42. Who's going to win the battle? All right, they're going to call it a fumble. Shelby football.
So that was going to be a first down, and he fumbled. I guess you don't get credit for the first down, do you? Did you fumble?
Yeah, I'm not sure there. Let's see.
It really looked like it was a fumble. I think the guy that was saying he was down didn't see the ball came out.
It was a 10-yard run, and then he fumbled it forward about 4 yards. So Shelby will take over at their 38. 1st and 10.
And oh, my goodness.
And hitting the backfield was Tate. He bounced off that, and then he got tackled again, and he's going to lose a yard, maybe 2. And now you can start to hear the crowd, every call.
Yeah.
Not too pleased. So just nowhere to run. Loses 2 yards, does Tate. So 2nd and 12. And how about Tate? He hasn't gotten much going either. I think he had 12 yards at halftime. That loses 2, so he's back to just 10 yards rushing. He does have a touchdown. 2nd down, 12. And Shelby's going to pass it. They're going to hit Tate out of the backfield, and he's going to get he's going to get a first down. He makes a great cut and gets across midfield. Not the best spot. I mean, it's a 2-yard difference in where they spotted him and where he fell down, but he's got the ball at the Shelby 49. So 15-yard pass play.
And that is a good regard to Kings Mountain first down. 7:25 left in this third quarter. Shelby trails 9-7 on the Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
And Farmer will throw. And he got over the middle. He's got Roseboro at the 35, 30, 25. Tackled from behind at about the 21-yard line. That's going to be another first down.
Got a Golden Lion down.
And it looks like an offensive lineman all the way back at the 45-yard line. We'll take a break here. We'll come back and figure this one out. Shelby trails. Kings Mountain leads 9-7. We'll be right back.
Have you got a ping, bang, ding sound coming out of your car or truck? Well, then take it to A-Plus Automotive in Shelby. A-Plus Automotive does all types of automotive repairs, from tune-ups to an oil change, and complete diagnostic work. And they are a North Carolina inspection station with over 17 years of experience. See A-Plus Automotive in Shelby today. They also do AC and heater repair. Get her running today with a stop at A-Plus Automotive, 1900 Elizabeth Avenue in Shelby. See Charlie Heston today or call 704-482-0441. Bring your car or truck back to life by taking it to Affordable Paint and Body Shop in Shelby. Now located at 2230 Huey Church Road, just about a quarter of a mile from the road location, right across from City Electric. For over 16 years, Affordable Paint and Body Shop has been serving this area with the finest in paint and body repair. No matter what you drive, they can paint it. And they give free estimates and do insurance work as well. Drop by for your free estimate today or call 704-471-2122. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Affordable Paint and Body Shop, 2230 Huey Church Road in Shelby, right across from City Electric.
There's your golden line, Jeff. I believe it was 60.
Malachi Gist, yes.
So let's see who comes in for Gist on that line.
I believe it's
53.
51, A.J. Wisnett maybe, or is it 53, Jack Oil Joyner?
I think Joyner. And so handoff. Actually, play action, and then toss it over the middle. Wide open in the end zone, touchdown.
That is number 0.
Wow. Raper in at receiver for the first time and catches the touchdown. Wasn't expecting that one.
That was a little bootleg, and it was beautiful.
That was a 21-yard touchdown pass. First touchdown pass of the season for Farmer. First touchdown reception of his career for Raper. He's got some rushing touchdowns because he's the Shelby number 2 quarterback. And now Matt Grenier in for this Hojo Power Sports point after touchdown. And the hold is down by Collins. Kicks good. And with 7 minutes to go, Shelby 14, Kings Mountain 9. We'll be back with the Jam and Jay's Pizza Kickoff right after this.
At All Care Insurance Services, they take care of you. From auto to home to business, All Care Insurance can help. They've been helping North Carolinians save on their insurance since 1984. All Care Insurance Services is an independent insurance agency. They work for you, not the insurance carriers, finding you the best value on auto, home, and business.
Your intestinal fortitude,
That's
what
right.
you find out.
That's
How
true.
much grit you got. Shift back, another motion, set, and Flynn keeps up inside. He takes the ball all the way.
First, should be.
It's close to a first down. He picked up close to 10 yards.
There's a flag.
We had a flag come flying in at the last second. Have no idea who that was on. That was Carolina Auto Finance penalty. Go see Darren, located beside Lowe's.
Sorry, Coach, we're trying to get the call here.
I know. I'm looking too. But he'll make sure that you get the best deal you can get.
Personal foul. Defense.
Oh, against the defense. So that's going to be a 15-yarder right there, and that'll bring up another David Norris for district attorney, first down for the Cavaliers, which is going to take them down to about the 21-yard line, and that's where it's marked. You know, I was worried about them a little bit a while ago because of stuff.
Right.
And, you know, and the penalty and all that, but now they got the engines going again.
And they're taking time off the clock, too.
Yes, sir, and that's a key. They need to. They need to grind it out. So here we go. Flynn, we've got a overload set to the left. Hand off to Pinkerton. He cuts back to the left, and he bounces it, and he cuts back inside. And that's where he has his best business.
Start out breaking.
Start out breaking and then cut it up. And that's where he finds his big ground. So he picked up approximately 9 yards, eight or 9.
It's a good run. And I could just see him get ready to break outside when the guy had position on him.
I'd say 8, and it's going to give him a 2nd and 2 for the Cavaliers. And if you notice, Coach, they've switched from a 3-man front to a 4-man front.
To try to stop this.
Yes, try to stop this. So here we go. Flynn hands off to Pinkerton. He bounces to the right, takes it inside the 5-yard line, all the way down inside the 3, it appears. But they're going to mark it at the 3. And that is a David Norris for district attorney, first down for the Cavaliers. So here we go. Cavaliers break huddle. They're coming to the line of scrimmage. Flynn's still in the shotgun. I don't think he's been under center the whole time.
Overload left again.
Yes, sir. Pinkerton back, and he hands off to the left, and he takes it into the end zone, it appears, for the touchdown. That's a Fountain Electric touchdown.
Providing electrical services and contracting across the region. Also offering Fountain Auto. More FountainElectric.com.
That updates the Raymond James Financial Scoreboard to 35 for the Cavaliers and 33 for the Cougars of Asheville. So here we go as Queen comes on and prepares to attempt the extra point. He has Matthew Pinkerton holding.
That last snap was a little high and almost didn't get down in time.
They've been a little floaty. He got that one off, but barely. Boy, I'm telling you, that was close. That was close. But it's good. That's good. And that brings the score to 36-30.
High. Yeah, he just got to set his feet. Yeah, set his feet and throw it inside the hash right there and set up over it. That's going to be there.
1 yard away from being a good throw, Brent.
It was just a hair behind, and Hutchins got a hand on it. It was one of them scary ones, though, because he tipped it high in the air. And you know what can happen there, an interception or worse. And this punt's fielded by Collins, and he's got a little bit of room over there on the sideline. 45 up near midfield. He's down at about the 48. Good field position, Golden Lions.
36-yard punt.
I'm a little surprised both guys have punted 4 or 5 times now, Jeff, and they've both taken quite a while to get the kicks off. I'm surprised there hasn't been a punt block run by either team at this point, but we'll see. The game's not over yet. Shelby takes over at their 48. They lead 14-9 on that No Malarkey Mr. Sparky of Cherville scoreboard. 4:48 to go, third quarter. Jalen Tate, the running back, 4 receivers. In motion goes Collins. Farmer to throw. Steps up in the pocket, delivers to the sideline, nearly picked off.
Yeah, it was actually caught by the cornerback, but he wasn't able to come down in bounds. That was a really risky pass because he really wasn't open. Yeah, that was a really nice play. by Tate.
Yeah, it was.
But he was not able to come down inbound, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Silas Tate actually caught that ball for an interception. He just wasn't in bounds, and lucky for the goal line.
For the goal lines, yeah, it was a really nice play by Tate. 2nd and 10 now for the goal lines. They're on their 48-yard line.
Shotgun, ball on the right hash, Farmer to throw. He's got pressure from the outside, gets it over the middle, but kind of short arms it low, intended for Collins, and he can't make the catch. 3rd and 10. And we've seen both quarterbacks now just getting rid of it a little too quickly and a little bit sidearm and back foot, and it just isn't getting to the chest. It's down at the feet.
That was almost an amazing catch, but, it's just the throw was too low.
3rd down and 10 now. The Kings Mountain faithful getting behind the defense because Shelby took over in great field position. If they can get a 3 and out, that would be a big win for the Mountaineer defense. With 4:32 to go in this 3rd quarter, Farmer will throw. Tate stays in the block, and this is picked off. 50-40. Farmer's going to have to make the tackle. I'm not sure what Farmer was looking at there because there was 3 black jerseys surrounding the receiver, and it just was right in the belly of Tex Vaughn for the interception. Big play by the Mountaineer defense.
First turnover by the goal lines.
And the Mountaineers suddenly,
great field position.
I mean, they got it at the Shelby 33. This is the first time either team has had the ball to start a drive in the opponent's territory. And what better time to do it when you're down 5? And Shelby basically just really had the best field position they've had all night and wasted it because not only did they not get a yard, they threw an interception and lost about 20 yards of field position. Now Kings Mountain with a big opportunity here.
Big tackle by the Land Farmer, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that could have been a pick 6 easily. Dry on the play to the right, and he gets 4 or 5.
Yeah, he's going to get a 4-yard gain. That gets the ball inside the Shelby 30, down to the Shelby 29, 2nd down and 6. 4 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. Shelby leads 14-9, but Kings Mountain deep in Shelby territory now.
Yeah, and that's the 15th carry for Dry. So he's been a workhorse here through 2 3/4 quarters, and he stays in at running back. 2nd down and about 6. And Dry gets the handoff, and he ran into a Shelby defender, but the Shelby defender went high on him, Jeff, and so he just barreled forward for a couple more.
Yeah, I got 3 yards. That's going to be 3rd down and 3 now. Definitely 4-down territory here for Kings Mountain if they need it.
Yeah, and that was Tyson Williams. And, I can't fault Tyson Williams for tackling him up high. Tyson's 6'5.5", so it's hard for him to get really low. On Dry, that's a 3-yard carry. Now Dry again.
First down.
Cuts up inside and gets inside the 20. It's a 1st down.
And that's enough for another Mountaineer.
So that goes from the Shelby 26 to the 19. That's 7 yards on 3rd and 3. Mountaineers in the red zone.
Actually, they're going to spot it at the 20.
We give them 6.
3 minutes. The clock's inside of 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Bell hands off to Dry, and this time Dominic Woody hits him, but Dry just keeps it going, and Woody was on it. Woody hit him for a no gain, Jeff, and he ended up getting 3.
I'll tell you what, Dry has been very, very impressive.
Yeah.
2nd and 7.
Yep. Good play by Woody. He just didn't go low again, and Dry just kept the legs going and won that battle. 3-yard gain.
2nd down and 7 for the Mountaineers.
And you got to admit, also Woody hit, but he didn't get the second tackler in there to help him finish that tackle. So 2nd and 7, 2:15 to go, 3rd quarter. Mountaineers threatening. And they're going to hand off to Dry right side. And again, he doesn't want to go down. Helmet comes off.
Dry on the carry.
I don't know whose helmet, but somebody's came flying off.
So no gain that time. So it's going to be 3rd down and 7. In fact, they might signal a loss of 1 on that play.
Shelby had Julius Brooks come from the backside that time.
I think Calais Hunt's got a cramp.
All right, so Shelby injury timeout with 1:45 to go, third quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 8 when we come back for the Mountaineers.
Whether you've got 1, 2, 3, or even 4 kids headed back to school, the cost adds up. New clothing, new school supplies, and more. If back to school is adding up on you, head to Basic Finance in Shelby. You'll get grade A service at Basic Finance. Give them a call at 704-481-0111 and schedule your appointment today. See the friendly staff at Basic Finance, located at 306-2 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right across from Shelby High School. And remember, golf on Saturday, church on Sunday.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Costner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Costner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Costner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today.
Here's your goal line. Calais Hunt looked like a cramp situation. He kind of does that cramp limp off the field.
Big play, 3rd and 8 for Kings Mountain. They're on the goal line, 18-yard line. 1:45 to go in the third quarter.
T. Hollifield in there at defensive end for the Golden Lions. Shotgun. He'll throw. Penalty comes out pre-snap. There's going to be a jump ball for Tex Vaughn against Ram Sewer, but it's a 5-yard penalty against Kings Mountain. 3rd and 13 after the 5-yard penalty. 42-7. Polk County leads Chase 27-18. North Gaston over East Gaston 14-7. South Point leads Hickory 20-19. Reedsville leads Northern Guilford 31-29. 14-9 Shelby here over Kings Mountain. But Kings Mountain at the Shelby 23-yard line. 3rd down, 13. Big play here. I mean, if you get nothing here, do you?
I don't know.
You probably go for it. If you get a little closer, a field goal gets you within 2. I know they want 6. And
low snap, and KJ Bell just has to fall on it.
And he falls on it back at the 30.
So that's going to be 4th and 20 now. Just the ball just rolled back to him.
Yeah.
And KJ didn't want to risk picking it up because he had a guy coming in at him, but he kind of laid on it. And, again, a little more experience, he might have realized he had time to pick it up.
Yep.
Now, what he could have done with it after he picked it up, I don't know.
Yeah.
What he did was he didn't make a mistake. He laid on it, and, instead of, it wasn't a turnover.
Got another cramp. Hollifield was trying to run off the field and goes down.
Like I said, I can't believe it. I said there shouldn't be cramps because there's just been cramps all night long.
All right, we'll take a quick break here. 37 seconds to go, third quarter. For 4th and 20 when we come back.
Find out why more and more folks are going to Butler's Tire and Auto Repair in Kings Mountain for all of their automotive needs. With fall and winter coming soon, head to Butler's Tire and Auto Repair and have your vehicle checked over. Get your oil changed, get a new set of tires, check those brakes, and they are a North Carolina inspection station. Butler's Tire and Auto Repair, located at 404 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Call 704-750-4645 for Butler's Tire and Auto Repair in Kings Mountain. Like them on Facebook, too.
Appreciate everybody listening into this WestEndSales.com broadcast of high school football.
Well, we've got just a second as Kings Mountain's making their way to the line of scrimmage. One of the guys that consistently calls in, texts in to say hi to us is Bill Airy. And I know Bill's listening to this game tonight, so shout out to Bill.
4th and 20, Mountaineers from their 30. KJ Bell back. Oh, that's a big hole on Noah Gardner. And now Bell rolls out. This is going to be for naught. He it's incomplete. Shelby may decline this because it was 4th down, but that may be one of the most egregious holds you'll ever see right there.
Because, Shelby's going to decline that, and they're going to take the ball over on their own 30-yard line. Wow.
Yeah, that was Noah Gardner coming in, and he's actually limping to the sidelines a little bit. So, incomplete pass turns it over on downs and out. You could say Shelby kind of had a really bad series before that, Jeff, and then Kings Mountain equally spoiled a really good opportunity right there. They had the ball inside the Shelby 20.
Question is, how many players have not had a cramp yet? Because Shelby's got several players going both ways. And 24.6 seconds left in this third quarter. Shelby leads 14-9.
This could be one of those really big drives if Shelby can put something together here. You know, they could take time off the clock, make it a two-score game with a touchdown. Tate with the carry, and that's maybe his best carry tonight. Gets about 6. Yeah. This is that time of the game where some guys start getting a little tired, and maybe a bruising running back such as Tate can start finding some holes.
That's probably going to be the last play of the third quarter, Brent.
Down to 2 seconds. I think you're probably right, and that'll do it. So after 3, back and forth ball game has Shelby leading 14-9 as we head to the fourth quarter. We'll be right back. You're listening to high school football right here on KTC Broadcasting and WOHS.
Cars for all budgets are found at Car Pro Auto Sales and Repair in Shelby. Car Pro is family owned and operated, bringing you high quality vehicles at very reasonable prices, like a 2019 GMC.
7.5 FM for Friday Night Football in 30 seconds.
Homestead Plumbing hopes you're enjoying the summer heat safely. Yes, it's officially summer. Time to plan for longer days and shorter nights. Maybe it's time for you to go plumb crazy and get that outdoor kitchen you've always dreamed of, or get an outdoor shower for the patio, or get that yard hydrant closer to the garden. Remember, preventative maintenance can avert a catastrophe this summer. But if you have a plumbing emergency, call the guys at Homestead Plumbing, 828-245-7302. Online at homesteadplumbing.com. Get back to loving your plumbing and loving your summer.
Welcome back to WAGY 107.5 at Asheville High School here. We're reporting here for the Cavaliers just scored and took the lead 36-33 over the Asheville Cougars. And here we have 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's the Mi Poblito Mexican restaurant fourth quarter as Ian Queen prepares to kick.
Mi Poblito's, your favorite Mi Poblito flavors. No huddle required. Order online at mepubs.com.
So here we go. Queen approaching the ball. He kicks the ball low and hard, and it takes a bounce back to about the 5-yard line. And that's number 2. He's bringing it up across the 35-yard line to the 36. You know, if that's Coach King, he'd be adamant that they're getting past the 35.
Oh, yes. That's the main thing you don't do.
Oh, he'd be going psycho. Yeah. I'm telling you, you want to keep them inside the 30 if you can.
The main thing is keep them out of the end zone.
That's right. So that is a David Norris first down at the 37-yard line of the Cougars. And they're heading from our right to the left toward the scoreboard. Home team always wants to be driving toward the scoreboard, it seems like, at the end. So Williams under center takes a snap, and he snaps it over. And they're missing the tackles. I mean, they had him for a 2-yard loss, and now he's up to a 2 or 3 yard gain.
They're hitting, but not wrapping up.
Well, the thing that I see, Coach, is they're dropping their head.
Yes.
They're not seeing him. They got to see what they hit.
That's right.
And if they see what they hit, he can't sideswipe them and push them off. They're going to wrap his arms up and be able to take him down. I mean, it was played perfect. They're just not tackling. Just not tackling. So here we go. That brings up a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Cougars. Williams comes back in.
They did find a way to keep him inside that time, though.
Yep, they did. They did. They contained him. They did, and that's why they only held him to 2. So back snap. Prepares to throw. He's going to scramble. He's brought inside. And that's number 22 for the Cavaliers making the tackle. That's Airwood. There is a Carolina Auto Finance penalty flag on the field, and I see Coach Russ over there pointing, take them back. So it must be against Asheville.
Make sure you see Darren Vassey in the game for a great deal on the car at Lowe's Boulevard in Forest City.
So here we go. Williams coming back in with number 15 coming into the game. That's Jericho Swinger.
He's not been in much,
and that's number 3, Clement Davidson, coming out. But number 2.
All right, folks, welcome back. We're on the Red Zone Radio Show here. We're going to go through some highlights, maybe if we can do this right, of what we've had tonight. Go through our touchdowns here before the post-game show. This show ends at 9:45. We're going to take a 15-minute break and be live back at 10 sharp. Kings Mountain and Shelby may still be going. So for the folks on the radio, we're going to leave that going, and we're going to be live on the internet no matter what at 10 o'clock for the post-game show. We're leaving you there. East Rutherford leading Asheville 36-33 right now. Those two teams going back and forth. Can't guarantee a victory there at all for East right now. Shelby right now 14-9, 10 minutes and 30 seconds counting there in the fourth quarter at Kings Mountain. And we do have some highlights of some of those scores as well. So we're going to go over those here in just a moment. Let me scroll back through the night. For you folks out there, we'll go through our Lincoln and Burns highlights and Crest real quick, and then we'll go back through and try to find those Shelby and our other schools and other teams. All right, so let's see. We'll go out. Hold on. Something crazy's going out at Kings Mountain right now. Let's see what just happened. Brent was going crazy.
People behind Brent were going crazy.
Well, yeah. Shelby quarterback, and he's going to be sacked.
Did he fumble it?
Yeah, the ball come out, and it looks like the Mountaineers fall on it inside the 10. Then a flag comes out for celebration. So let's let Brent explain what's going on out there. How about that?
Ball was then kicked around, Jeff, for about 20 more yards before finally somebody picked it up, and Kings Mountain's going to have 1st and goal at the Shelby 6. That was disaster.
Yeah, horrible.
And Kings Mountain coming up quickly to the line. Well, it looked like maybe Shelby going to go for a 2-score lead. Now Kings Mountain looks to take a lead on another Shelby miscue.
Shelby took timeout.
Timeout, Golden Lions. We'll take it with 9:45 to go. We'll be right back.
We're going to talk over them there for a minute for you folks out there and give you some of the scores. How about we do some highlights real quick where I was going to go at first. This is, let's see. Let me shut Brent up. This is Namaje Thompson. Made it 7-0. Crest over Burns with a long touchdown here in the first quarter. 42-7 is the last score I got. You guys got anything different than that right now? This was the 7 for Burns. Got loose across the 50. Number 12. All right, we're going to get back out to Shelby. Sounds like Brent's back.
All right, I mean, Kings Mountain, man, they have had some chances here in the second half. They've had an interception that they got all the way down in the shot at the Shelby 20, didn't score. Now they got the ball 1st and goal at the Shelby 6 off another turnover, this time a fumble. And KJ Bell's going on a hard count. Shelby jumps into the neutral zone. I didn't see a flag. Now we see one. And so old Shelby coach used to say, don't be our own worst enemy. And right now, Shelby is doing just that. It's a 3-yard penalty. And now it's 1st and goal at the Shelby 3-yard line. And, you know, Shelby's defense, maybe they can come up with a big turnover of their own here. And on 1st down, Dry gets the carry, off tackle, touchdown, standing up. Kings Mountain back on top, 15-14. Dry goes in from 3 yards out, and that was a big, big, big turnover for the Golden Lions.
Big time, you're right.
And you hate to see it. You got the senior.
Looks like Kings Mountain's going to take the lead here, guys. And up 15-14 now. See if they go for 1 or 2 here. Got to go for 2, don't you? Or,
I mean,
it won't make a difference with the field goal.
1 point or 2 points not going to matter. I mean, you
want to force them to.
You want a 3-pointer. That's
right.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. Extra point's not going to do any good.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. They were up 2-0 earlier. So I mean,
they already got their 2. So So here they go. Rolling right. Oh, my God. He slipped out.
Wow.
Into the end zone. 17-14. Kings Mountain takes the lead. 9 minutes. Plenty of football to play. You're 100% right there, Will.
This game's just getting started.
Well, let's jump back over in the fourth quarter right now. I know Waggy is 36. They may be in 40. Asheville is taking the lead. Let's see what's going on over there.
Demolition Derby. And Right Off for Rides will be back with over 40 exciting rides. And of course,
exciting ball game. Both teams have played hard. It's been very equal.
Yes.
It has.
I mean, it comes down to who had the ball at the end.
And we said that about the contain, and when they, I don't know, it was almost like they were listening to us, but they came up and started putting people up there doing it. If they could have done that in the first half, it could have made a difference for East Rutherford.
That's true.
And I'm sure they're going to work on that. You have some scores there, Coach?
Yeah, I've got an update on Chase and Polk County game. In third quarter, Polk County is winning 34-24.
Wow.
And I don't have the RS.
How about Thomas Jefferson?
Don't
Right,
have
let's
it.
get back over to. We're gonna get back over to Shelby and let Brent handle this some more while they're figuring it out up at Rutherford County. But Asheville leads 40-36 right now, folks. 40-36 over East Rutherford. So we're gonna go back out to Shelby for their broadcast. Maybe.
For 2-0, Kings Mountain. 7-2 Shelby. 9-7 Kings Mountain. 14-9 Shelby. 17-14 Kings Mountain. You got a feeling that, is it going to change another couple of times before this one's over with? We don't know. Goal Lines, remember, have taken a couple of timeouts, so they've just got one left. Land Farmer probably wants to atone for the last play, and he's going to throw on first down over the middle. Oh. Good pass, but just not caught there by Ramseur. I don't know if he heard footsteps.
It was a little high, but Ramseur really didn't get his arms up to make the.
Had room to run to get him out near midfield, so keep that in the playbook because I like that play. 2nd down and 10, though, as they don't connect. 2nd and 10, ball near the left hash, but not all the way there. And Farmer's going to throw again. Again, good protection over the middle. This is caught. This is Williams. He's across the 40. He's got a first down. 45 out of bounds around the 47.
And that's that pass that has been there, and he hadn't been able to make that pass across the middle, but he did that time for a first down.
So out to the 41. That's a 16-yard pass play. And, boy, those last two passes, Jeff, were open.
Yep.
And so let's see if Shelby can keep finding those open receivers. Ball at the 47. That's a gutter guard of Shelby first down. Gutter guard of Kings Mountain first down. 9:13 to go. Farmer to throw. Pretty good protection again, but he's going to have to roll out of the pocket. He's rolling left, and he's going to throw on the run. He's got J.J. Williams, and J.J. tries a sliding catch at the 25 of Kings Mountain, but can't come up with it, and Williams is mad at himself. Would have been a tough catch. Would have been a great catch, but you can see that Williams wanted so badly to haul that one in.
2nd and 10 for the Golden Lions on their 47-yard line.
Good throw by Farmer, too. Running to his bad side, running to his left and then having to throw back across his body.
And when he threw, he did get hit.
Yep.
Good sportsmanship, though. Whatever the Kings Mountain player was that hit him, he reached down and patted him on the back and kind of helped him up. So.
Yep, you got to wonder. Shelby receivers lined up not too good over there on the far side. And Shelby will throw. Farmer's going to go deep. Ramseur running a deep pattern, and he drops it. Oh, it hit Ramseur right in the chest.
Yeah, it was a perfect pass, and he just dropped it.
And, he is a guy that's been playing defense for the most part for his whole career. And asked him to go both ways, and that's 2 passes on this drive that he would like to have back because that's 2 catches he normally makes. And Farmer delivered that one nicely. And Shelby, you got to wonder, are they having any injury issues because we've seen a lot of different receivers in there. Right now, it's Collins, Williams, Raper in there, and Wakefield. And Farmer to throw, late pressure coming, but it's picked up and over the middle. It's picked off. He threw in to coverage again, and it's tipped and picked off by number 29, Cameron Hauser, I believe, got that one. 49, Hauser. And there's a flag down. And Shelby's offense is now leaving the field. So they.
All right, Dennis, we're going to wrap up the show here.
All right.
For a few minutes. We've got all the scores updated that we think. We're going to run through one more time before Chip gets out here and make sure we got it going. And then remember, our post-game show, folks, is going to start at 10 o'clock sharp here online. Good chance Shelby and Kings Mountain won't be done.
They're
so
still going to be
folks
going.
on the radio, they're still going to be talking. For the post-game show, we're going to be live on the internet no matter what, and we're going to be showing some highlights. I do got a few more highlights here from this Shelby Kings Mountain game real quick for the folks watching online. So let me pull that up. Wrong button. Let's go with this one. How about that? So this made it 7-2. This is the run from Jalen Tate up the middle for the touchdown. What did they? I wonder if they practice their celebrations.
I know number 3 does.
Yeah, number 3. Here's a touchdown pass for Kings Mountain on the first play of the half. That's that 60-yard touchdown that changed the game really quick. It was 7-2 Shelby, and Kings Mountain had no offense. And it seems like, a lot of turnovers here from Shelby, Dennis, in the first half, and that's been the problem for the Golden Lions. I don't think Kings Mountain's been driving home or anything.
And I know there was some questions about the Shelby DBs before the season.
Yeah.
And evidently on plays like this, that's going to be something to watch for, Kevin. Normally, they're very strong at the DB.
Yeah, I think you're right, Kevin. It looks like a lot. Kings Mountain's just getting
four
a lot.
turnovers.
They're getting a lot of short fields. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
so you're looking at the highlights. How about here's the touchdown pass from Farmer to Kendrick Raper. There in the middle. This is when number 3 jumps up in this is fun. He found the cameraman.
Love it.
He found Jakari
That's
Shell,
awesome.
our camera. How about Shelby's band? Let's listen to them play a little bit. Oh, maybe. All right, now let's go up to Jakari. He gave us a little halftime report. Let's see what he had to say.
I'm Jakari Shell here with KTC Broadcasting. Shelby leads KM at the half, 7-2. Stay tuned for the second half.
Look at that. Like a professional.
Thank you, Jakari.
KM at the half.
We're going to have him. He might stop by the studios later. He didn't say if he's going to make it or not, but he may stop by and check us out and come see us. All right, folks, it's 14-7. Shelby and Kings Mountain right now. We're going to, with 7 minutes left, I'm going to play just a minute or two left of our broadcast and let you guys get out here, listen to that. So remember, we're going to come back at 10 o'clock. We'll probably have the rest of this game going live and some more scores here on the post-game show. We are going to take a break here online. We'll listen to this punt here.
About the 17 or 18, and they did give it to him. So here we go. Shelby.
40-yard punt. That was a really nice punt.
Shelby ball at their 17-yard line.
All right, there you go. Shelby's ball at the 17. 7 minutes to go. Down 3. Plenty of football still to play in Kings Mountain, folks. So there's your update for you. Looking across the board, Chip, you got any updated scores that we can give anybody?
Nothing I've seen right now. No, we'll run through what I've got here, and we'll update these as we go. But no, everything we've got.
Burns and Shelby, is that a final yet, or what's going on with that one? Do we know?
Let's see let me pull that up real quick and see.
Asheville and East Rutherford.
It's sacked. And the ball gets loose, but they say he was down. That was
Asheville, and last one on that is still 40-36 on that one. So trying to wrap it up, folks. Something just happened. A first down for somebody. I just saw the graphic.
I do not show Chris.
41-14. How much time's left? Have you heard? Okay. So 41-14, North Lincoln is leading West Lincoln. with
I
about
have
3 or 4
Crest
minutes
leading
left in the
Burns
game.
55-7 now.
55-7.
And I do not have a final on that.
Okay.
Not that that's final.
It probably isn't. I'm gonna check some of it, see if we got some Ironman scores. Let's see.
I texted Brian a while ago, but I'm sure they're trying to get things wrapped. Of course, we got that as a final already.
I misspelled that, definitely.
Close.
Well, Chip, read some of the scores that we got for the folks at home while I look for some of these.
So again, those of you looking online or looking at the scoreboard up online, red scores we have not confirmed as final. The black scores we have confirmed as final. So just a handful of final scores that we've confirmed at this point. Or what we've got on the board: Crest leading Burns 55-7. We've got a tight one in the other Cleveland County matchup. Kings Mountain leads Shelby 17-14. TC Robertson leading Hunter Huss 14-10. Stuart Kramer up big on Forest View 34-6. We got a tight one. The last update we had: North Gaston leading East Gaston 14-7. The last score update we have in South Point Hickory: South Point clinging to a 20-19 lead. We've got South Caldwell over West Caldwell 46-26. Freedom leads Patton 46-6. Newton Conover is leading Alexander Central 36-21. Right now, West Iredell shutting out East Burke 14-0. Bandy's over St. Stephen's 24-6. It's Bunker Hill over Drawn 40-6. Cherryville final score: Cherryville wins big over North Stokes 68-8. Brian Faree and Jawan broadcast that one on WCSL. We do not have any kind of update on Bessemer City and Pine Lake Prep. If you have any information on Bessemer City and Pine Lake Prep, call in, give us a call, or text one of us if you know us. Let us know a score update there. Ashbrook leading West Meck 35-8. Thomas Jefferson blanking South Carolina Spartans 42-0. Fred T. Ford shutting out the Mountain Island Raptors right now 14-0. Ford might grab a win this evening. In their inaugural game, that's a final score. No, Fred T. Ford did win. They defeated Mountain Island 14-0. In their inaugural game, the Lincoln Charter Eagles defeat Highland Tech 50-6. Watauga shutting out Ashe County 35-0. Hendersonville shutting out East Henderson 68-0. Owen blanking Rosman 28-0. We got Mountain Heritage over Pisgah right now 35-13. Statesville leads East Surrey 35-6. Weddington over Mooresville 31-10. Last score we have: Polk County leading Chase 34-24. Final score: McDowell comes back and beats RS Central 24-21. The last score we have from up in Asheville: Asheville Cougars up over East Rutherford 40-36. East Lincoln leading South Iredell 46-28. A tight one between rivals: Lincolnton leading Maiden 26-21. North Lincoln stretching out their lead. They lead West Lincoln 41-14. It's High Brighton over East Wilkes.
That's a final.
High Brighton's the final score?
Yep.
High Brighton over East Wilkes, final score 24-14.
21, sorry.
24-21. High Brighton defeats East Wilkes 24-21. That's the final score. We've got Wilkes Central leading North Iredell 27-23. Hickory Grove Lions over Bonnie Cone Academy Eagles 49-12. Last update we have from South Lake Christian: we've got a tie game between Lake Norman Charter and South Lake Christian. We've also got a tie game from our last update between the Community School of Davidson and North Stanley 21-all. And Corvian Community defending 2A champs or West defending 2A runner-ups.
Yeah.
Last year's classification 2A, because everything's all confusing now. Leading Harding 31-12.
All right, thank you, Chad. I do got a couple scores that are coming across the final. The South Caldwell wins 46-26 over West Caldwell. Freedom is a final 46-6 over Patton. Bunker Hill 46-6 as well in that game. Other notes: North Wilkes 48-0 over South Stokes.
Robertson and Huss is the final 14-10.
Robertson and Huss 14-10. The Huskies fall. Start off 0-1 at Robertson. It's a tough little ride matchup up there.
Weddington and Mooresville's final 31-10.
31-10. Chargers get them in a couple weeks. They'll have the Weddington Warriors. McDowell was the final 24-21. Cherryville 68-8. We do have a couple highlights from that one. Ford 14-0 over Mountain Island. Lincoln Charter 50-6 on that final. All right, folks, we're gonna send it away, and we'll be back here in just a few moments at 10 o'clock for the post-game show. Thanks, Dennis and Chip and Will, and I guess Steve will be here at about midnight, it seems like. I don't know when he'll be back. But
I'll keep his seat warm till he gets here.
We're going to chill for a little while. Gosh. So real quick. No, he can't hear us anyway. Real quick before we get off. So Ken Link coming, was doing the pregame show. And JP's like, do I need to know everybody's names? I need who I was doing it. And I said, well, we got Brian Branch was already here. And I said, Ken Link's coming in, and Chip. Who said, well, I know Chip. And I said, well, Ken Link's in there. He goes, well, I know Ken. I remember him. I said, you sure you don't want to write it down your little post notes to pay? He said, no, I'm good. I got it. Ken walked in. Hey, Tim, how are you? Introduced him as Tim. You gotta love JP, folks. So we had to tell that little story. So it immediately, it wasn't 10 minutes after he said, I got it. I don't need to write it down.
Write this down.
Yeah, hey, Tim, how are you? All right, we'll be back in a few minutes, folks. Join us on the post-game show brought to you by Full Throttle Power Sports.
before our very eyes. The following contest is scheduled for one fall.